isn't this some funky music? Give me just a minute here, getting everything set up. What is this song? It's kind of funky. Oh, it's called Just for Fun by Cast of Characters. I guess it helps if I turn on the camera. Hang on. Come on, camera, boot up. You know you can do it. Hey, there it is. Look, it's really dark in here. Let's fix that with the magic marker. Yeah, I got, I don't know if stuck in traffic would be the right term or not. I gave myself 2 hours to get out to the mailbox and back. Apparently that wasn't enough. So, how are we all doing? As you can see, there's stacks of stuff in here. For some reason, I had the idea, I wanted to reorganize this closet. Then I got distracted by a bunch of stuff a couple days ago. The old bounder is in there now, and this cart, but all this stuff that was in there, I haven't had a chance to put it back in yet. So, anyways, welcome to whatever this is. We're gonna open a box. Excuse me. It's got some retro tech in it. I would say it's, oh gosh, probably mid to late 90s, maybe early 2000s. All right, let's see here. I haven't even gotten everything turned on yet. I got to turn on this monitor. Oh, I got the battery eliminator for the workbench camera. We'll have to get that set up. Let me get chat open here. Let's see. How we doing, Robin, Jessica, White Raven, Skip? Yeah, I posted a community post on YouTube, but that doesn't always come through. And then also something on Twitter. I was gonna fire up my laptop and at least create the stream event when I was sitting in the parking lot, but the battery in it was dead. I hate it when that happens. Every so often I'll put it back in my bag and I think I should probably shut this down. But those old MacBooks are usually good for a couple of weeks in standby mode, but apparently I forgot about it and need to charge it. So anyways, we've got Justin Hollis, Gary, John, drove to China and back, maybe. Yeah, hey Chris, how we doing? Hollis. I have so many questions. I've been watching the old videos. Uh-oh. So your mind is probably turned to mush watching all the old videos. Uh-oh, tiny panic attack. That's no good. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Does the wireless microphone work? I don't know if I turned it on before I launched OBS. I think we're good. Wireless microphone. Hey, there it is right here on my hat. Okay. I gotta shuffle a few things here real quick. So let me do that. And the workbench is covered in Raspberry Pi projects. Actually, I'm gonna have to drag this stack of filth out of here. There's reverse forklift mode. I don't even know what's in here. It's like labeled. Cold weather gear and 72-hour bag, and the bottom one says kitchen. Wonder if... Oh wait, I've been in this apartment now for about a year. I wonder if living in here for a year is enough time to unpack the kitchen stuff. Although, the previous place I was in before the bus had a significantly larger kitchen, so I don't think everything is going to fit. We may have to figure out what's in there, though. Actually, yeah, it's probably filled with stuff I've been looking for. Ugh. Oh, before I forget about it, let me Let me plug in the $85 MacBook real quick. I've got a charger set up over here. So that thing can be coming back to life. By the way, if you want a cheap and computer, look on eBay and get one of the 11-inch MacBooks from like 2012 to 2014. They're sub $100 and very usable. Okay, let's get our monitor turned on here. Can you put those tires on an F3? No. Well, not with this. Not using the same process. The reason it works with the C300 and the M300 is because the wheels can be taken off and put on backwards for the offset, and they don't use hub centering for the wheels like the new ones do. So if you so much stuff. If you try to put spacers on the wheels, they're not going to be centered, and everything's going to be a little bit loose and wobbly. So, like someone said in the comments, they attempted it, I guess. But like they were saying, you'd have to... Hang on, let me log into this. You would have to get some sort of machined hubs or something like that to get them to center properly. I'm restacking things. Actually, it's not as much of a mess in here as I thought it might be. Let's see. Hey, Mike, how we doing? Looking through chat real quick. In case anyone's wondering, I'm differently the same. Just changed my display name. Ah, excellent, Hollis. Wait. Yeah, Hollis. Welcome in, Richard. All right, let me grab the battery eliminator so we can get this camera powered up. Oh, man. There's an art form, especially when you have Tourette syndrome, to being in a rush without mentally being in a hurry, if that makes any sense. The Tourette's gets real bad real fast. If you try and, see, will this work? Yeah. If you try and rush yourself and your brain gets all moving too fast. It's that... Actually, I think we can unplug this. It's that analogy I use where there's a bunch of sheep and they're in a pen and your brain's like the shepherd or whatever. And in the morning, all the sheep wake up and they're like kind of groggy and stuff, and they start slowly moving around. But at some point during the day, if you're not careful, they'll all start running around like idiots, and then you can't really get control of them anymore. So you have to like be mindful. I hate that term, but kind of control the thought flow process. All right, here we have a battery eliminator. I know I'm really small in the corner of the screen there. So, am I going to have to... I'll just leave the battery door open. Let's get this jammed in here. Oh, it's already not in there. Which way does the battery go? Well, we're about to find out. Please be right. Please be right. Oh, hey, it went in. Sweet. We have the chintziest mains plug I've ever seen. The power adapter does claim to be UL listed, but obviously you can just print that on anything. Oh, and it came with some little cable ties, like Velcro ones. Fancy. We're just gonna hook this up and string it across the desk for right now. And this one here. Okay, this is booted up. I can open chat. Where's my... Come here, mouse. Get chat opened up on the monitor here. Plug this hoopty in. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. We're not handling large amounts of power here. I just needed something that wasn't $60 and would work. So I think it's the problem that we all end up with this garbage from Amazon is nobody wants to pay very much. And they want it right now. Okay, let's see if it explodes the camera. Hey, there we go. Excellent. Let me get chat opened up here. Oh, gotta click a couple things first. There we go. YouTube Studio. the Kamaru power adapter. Alright, I have to remember to manually focus this thing. Who's texting me? I'll have to look at that later. It's extremely long. Alright, so you guys are plugged into this. Fluffy bunny rabbits and rainbows. Come on, trying to open chat. Oh, there we go. I can see you guys again. Alrighty. I swear you can be lit up like a Christmas tree and still almost get hit. Oh, wait, did someone else get hit by cars? Do you still have the Excel sheet with your cars? Yeah, probably. I haven't updated it in quite some time, though. Wait, did someone else get hit by a car? Or talking about getting lit up by Christmas trees? Also, you got better ventilation with the hubcaps being on. The spikes? Okay, I'm highly confused. Oh, look back on the logs. 191 miles a month. Yeah, I mean, that's not that much, really, for an active user. I thought people would be impressed with the pink ball, but the spikes are clearly the star. Oh, nice. Oh, you got those hooked up, Jessica. Sweet. I believe the permanent wheels use bolts instead of lug nuts, so the spikes wouldn't fit. Yeah, they use Allen cap bolts instead of... But yeah, they're bolted in with Allen cap bolts. I don't think I have one laying right here to show you. But yeah, there wouldn't really be a way to do that. Hey, Mixtress, welcome in. I got stuck in traffic for a while. I just got back, and we're getting the stream started up here. All right, let's see if we have our video frame rate problem on this display here. I'm tempted to take one of the other TVs I have and just mount it on the wall instead of this computer. NDI. Oh, nope. Our frame rate's still 0.5 frames per second, but whatever, that'll work. Let's get all this stuff out of the way, sort of. Hook this kinda out of view a little bit. There we go. Alrighty, now this is going to be watching me do housework, I think. Now I have to go prepare some coffee for reasons, but let's look at chat real quick. Yeah, so we're going to look at what's in this box, and then also someone sent me something to kind of test and look at, but there's a guy that's making like cat and dog treat dispensers that mount to the side of your chair. And since I have a bunch of chairs, he sent me one. And he's trying to figure out... I don't know if he's modifying the design or whatnot. But he's trying to figure out the best place to mount some stuff. And I'm going to kind of mix some measurements and hold it up to a few chairs. And send him some info so we can refine the design a little bit. But I've got one of those out here. So we can take a look at that as well. Let's see here... Alien cat plugs. I got hit with 5 newborn kittens. Mama moved, left one behind. Oh, welcome, kittens. It's a furry pile of space heater. Did you ever find a pool that worked for you? Nope. I gave up trying. Yeah, I think it's been 4 years since I've been able... No, more than that. Since I've been able to swim regularly. But it just turned into a battle trying to find health clubs or gyms or anything that could be bothered to follow ADA codes and have the lifts actually work, and then, you know, have the locker rooms set up in a way that are actually functional. And it just turned into a bunch of arguments and flame wars on Google reviews. So I was just like, all right, whatever. I'm done with that. Someday, maybe. I don't know. Features would be too small. They wouldn't stay on. The lug nuts on the Quantums are perfect for that. Yeah. Oh, you almost got hit crossing the street at a corner. Had her phone in her hand and almost hit me. I took a video clip on the way back of someone in front of me. I noticed they were kind of going slow and leaving 2 football fields of space in front of them. Finally, we got up to a traffic light, watching videos on her phone on the dashboard. I just took a little clip. I'm like, oh, this seems like a good idea. One of the times I'd probably get arrested if I had a PA system in the van. Yeah, people with their phones not paying attention. The other thing, too, that drives me insane... Now, okay, I guess we're getting into rants here. Let's switch back to this microphone. Should I rant while I'm making coffee? Let's do that. Okay, wireless microphone. The way traffic lights work, they have magnetic loops in the ground. There's usually one a long ways back, so it can start changing when there's no traffic and a car comes up. And there's a couple more right near the stop line. The lights stay green until they think there isn't traffic. So, if you're screwing around with your phone and the light turns green and the traffic pulls off in front of you and there's 300 yards of space between you and them, the light's not going to think there's traffic anymore and it's going to turn red. It's one of those things that drives me absolutely insane. But it's like, everyone's like, oh, this traffic's so horrible. It's like, yeah, it's terrible because you are screwing with your phone and not paying attention. When there's heavy traffic, you got to stay up on the car in front of you. Obviously reasonable following distance. But you got to stay up on the car in front of you. Otherwise, that light's going to change red because it thinks no one's there. Anyways, I guess that requires actually switching on your brain, which I don't think most people commuting in traffic are prone to doing. Okay, adding a little more concentrate to this. We have a half-gallon jug of heavy whipping cream because they were out of the smaller ones. That's another gripe. The grocery store has the smaller containers of heavy cream, but buying 2 of those is cheaper than the half-gallon. It's like, just one of those things. Okay, so we got ice in here. I don't know if I mix this up too strong. I didn't turn the lights on. Let me put some more water in here. Ooh, olives. I love olives. Does anyone else bust open a can of olives and just eat them? Or am I weird like that? Another thing I like to do is a jar of peanut butter. Just snack on that. Ah, it's leaking. Okay, let me sample the coffee real quick. Ah, splendid. Another benefit of having the microphone on my hat is the drinking noises from down here don't come through. I don't like the C300, says Justin. Yeah, it's... I mean, they can be reliable, but I don't know. I think they are kind of sketchy at the same time. I don't know. I'm kind of... All the ones I have are definitely sketchy. Okay. Ooh, tinnitus. My right ear just turned off and now I hear high-pitched humming. No, I'm not inserting ads at YouTube. Olives equals nasty, says U812. Nice. Wait. Is there a correlation between people that... mushrooms and olives? If you hate one, do you hate both? Or if you like one, do you like both? That's another thing. A while back, I was trying to figure out a correlation between people that drive Geo Metros intentionally and also like salt and vinegar chips. I found there was a correlation between those two. If you intentionally drive a Geo Metro, you're much more likely to enjoy salt and vinegar chips. I like finding random correlations like that for literally no reason. Gosh, F250. Olives are disgusting. Okay, we got a couple of those. I always had trouble with the mag loop at the lights when riding motorcycles. Yeah, that's a thing for sure. Look up traffic light doctor. Inductive loops. Maybe where you're living. Some intersections are controlled by cameras. Many of them around here are not. That is something that is growing in more large metropolitan areas. But around here, they don't use those camera systems yet. Depends on the type of mushrooms. Okay. I hate all olives. All right. Hey, Ken, how we doing? Got to an intersection. I'm on a sidewalk. There's a BMW pulling out from the shop. I'm not using indicators. Yeah, people in cars, you just got to assume they're giant boulders rolling down a hill and don't pay attention and don't want to. Are the wheelchair dog to street Spencers being sold somewhere on Ready Online? Yeah, John. Oh, hey, how's it going, John, by the way? Yeah, they are. Actually, we'll look at that in a little bit. But yeah, there's a guy selling them currently. Like I said, though, I think he's trying to refine the design a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I'll give you the website and everything, but just saw dash cam footage of the new cop cars. Yeah, units you can see visibly scanning the license plates. Yeah, LPRs, or license plate readers, have actually been around for quite some time. The technology's got a lot more refined now. Actually, there's a couple of security cameras I have here that are LPR scanners. It's kind of funny. They've gotten ridiculously cheap. I want to be independent as you, living in my own apartment. I mean, it depends on the situation. I had home care services for a long time, but yeah, it just depends on your function levels and what you can do and everything. Distracted driver. Oh, geez. That's crazy, Russell. They look like futuristic spotlights, but you can see him finding and serving the plates. Interesting note, by the way, as far as IR illumination. Some older Android phones, and even some newer ones, it depends. You can hold your phone up and actually see the infrared wavelength. So it's kind of cool. One of the camera systems I had on one of my old vans incorporated like an infrared night vision type system. And I was driving down the highway in the middle of nowhere. It was like in Washington or rural Idaho or something like that. But all of a sudden it's like probably 11 o'clock at night. Dark everywhere. All of a sudden on the screen that has the infrared enhancement, I see this building in a parking lot that's just lit up with infrared lights. Couldn't see it by the naked eye, but I was like, there's something interesting going on at that facility. The entire thing is invisibly illuminated by infrared, which I thought was really interesting. Let's see. Hope you have some Neosporin for getting hit by that sack full of kittens. Sounds scratchy to me. Yes, Animal Quad for sure. Yeah, I keep forgetting there's different types of mushrooms. Inductive loops. Yes, brand new name. It's always with the magnets. My friend Alex has a C300. Yeah, in their stock form, they're not too bad. They're not a high quality chair, but like they're small. I like them for utility purposes. Yes, NPCs, exactly, Robin. I've always liked olives, but only came to like mushrooms after the age of 20. Interesting. I always hated onions. Then I started liking them, then immediately became allergic to them. Or maybe I was already allergic to them. I don't know, but that sucked. Eddy current bed sensor. Oh, yeah. Didn't see him in real life. Trippy watching him search for stuff on the road. Yeah. Like I said, they've miniaturized a lot of that detection stuff now in the algorithms and can be processed on device. Like, I can't point a camera at it, but I've got a little device that's probably about it's about the size of a potato, a large potato, and it's a camera, and it does on-device processing. It's really interesting to look at the data stream from it and how it's like parsing all the different information and logging people's faces, and like it can even detect SUV versus car. Like I can tell it, show me all the images of red Subaru, and it'll go back for the last 3 months and show me every red Subaru. Like it's kind of crazy. Face recognition. Yeah, so the dot projectors on the iPhones, for example, if you have something that can see the infrared wavelength, you'll definitely see it illuminating your face in the dark. But yeah, the one on this phone actually works pretty good. Even with sunglasses on and all that stuff, the dot projector kind of pierces right through it. So far, always have nothing good to say about true carbon. Seems to just work. Hey Kent, how we doing? Probe the bed with a nozzle. I've seen some that have a weird micro switch arrangement, but I don't know. Apparently, I'm not the only one that got stuck in traffic, says Chris. Ah, good times. Hang on, more coffee. Then, for the last 18 miles on a little 2-lane highway, I got stuck behind a roll bed container hauling truck that had one of those huge 40-yard drop boxes on it. He was not going very fast. Does anyone run different caster tires in stock or on the balloon tires? They make the ride much better. Yeah, Permobil did some weird stuff with the M series chairs for a while where they tapered the bottom of the caster wheels. I think the idea with that was it keeps them from getting caught on ledges a little bit more. Because even if you go up a threshold that's this tall, if you hit it just right, your casters can flip sideways, especially with the old, bigger ones that they used on the Permobil chairs. They can catch sideways and turn into like an anchor really quick. But yeah, the more balloony they are, the better you are able to get over most stuff. John, I have a very high tolerance to caffeine. It's like drinking no caffeine. I can drink I mean, I don't drink Mountain Dew anymore, but I could drink one of those 32-ounce Mountain Dews and go to bed, and it's like fine. Pneumatics. Yeah, that's the problem with pneumatic tires is flats. If you have a chair with slightly larger tires on it, you can get away with air tires. But the problem is, even if you run tire slime in regular, I have any here to hold up, but in regular sized power chair tires, there's not enough air in the tire because air has to go out for the slime to work. But there's not a big enough volume of air in the tire to push the slime out, get it sealed, and still be able to run around. So you've got to have, larger-ish tires. I would say probably the smallest ones that would work sort of reliably with tire slime is probably those Honda Z50 tires from the last video. Even in the Bounder, my old Bounder, when I had those bigger tires on it, I've gotten flats on that thing probably 6 different times. There was only one time I immediately knew I had a flat. I looked down, I pulled the nail out, and then I rolled around to get it to seal. And there was still enough air in the tire to actually move around, but usually by the time it gets sealed up, you're too flat to run, which sucks. Hey, back for more. How's it going? YouTube kicked me off as I was posting. Oh, yes. Glitches. My Volt charger got replaced Monday under warranty. I now have the good one. My old one was the recalled one. Oh, Kent, you had the one with the melting cable, or that made the charging ports melt or something? Yeah, they used the connectors on those were not proper, and they couldn't handle the amperage, and generated a lot of heat. Or there's one video where you're screwed. Yeah, there's been a number of them, I think. One I can think of right off. Am I going to search for this? Let me see if I can find it. Actually, here, I'm going to look in Studio because I have slightly better yet slightly worse tools. By the way, YouTube Studio, I can't... Whoa, we got a lot more views on that video suddenly. There is literally no way for me to look up the date that I posted a video in YouTube Creator Studio. I have to go to the video on the public page, hit more on the description, and then it'll say there. Also, there is no way to find out how many videos I've posted in Creator Studio. But no, it's cool. They just keep adding features. Oh, that was the most recent thing. People uploading shorts, YouTube has started applying AI upscaling filters to them. So suddenly now everything, even when it's real, looks like a deepfake. To me, that seems nefarious in the way that, I'm definite conspiracy theory here, but to me, I feel like I would do that if I wanted people to not be able to tell what's a deepfake and what's not by making them all look the same. Anyways, hang on here. Content. Let's see. Description. Type flat. Oh yeah, flat tire and some repairs. All right. I actually had one of the local tire shops come out and help me with this particular one. Well, guess who just got a flat tire? So, ran over a lovely piece of glass. Oh. Yeah, so those tires, like, I don't know, 7 out of 10 times do not have enough air for the tire slime to actually work. But yeah, it's
right there.
I was trying to get to a parking lot, and there's all this stuff, and then here, I'll just give you a link to this video. Then I had to get around that. Then I got stuck in there, and some random passing person had to help me out. Here's what the tire looked like. Although, oddly, we somehow got air back in it. Yeah, one of the tire shops came and hooked me up. Yeah, they said I'm a... anyways. Here's a link to that video. A lot of things happened. Well... For something that sucked, a lot of things happened just right to get out of that. Oh, and that's the one where I was like 100 yards outside of the service area of Lyft. That's Lyft, like Uber and Lyft. Otherwise, I would have just normally called them, but yeah. 1 liter of dew and a gallon of coffee sounds like a truck driver. I get heart palpitations from too much caffeine, though I can sleep after drinking a Monster. Nice. Hydraulic arms. ADHD, drink 1 liter and a gallon of coffee, yet still feel tired. Maybe tubeless sealant for the bikes would work better, being thinner. They make this, well, not for stock power chair size tires, but they make these sort of Kevlar, I don't know if it's Kevlar. They make these liners that can go inside the tires that make them puncture resistant. Magic Mobility was selling them for a while as an option. But I can't remember the name brand of it, but if you, whatever the product is, the ones that are made for fat tire bikes are pretty good, and you can kind of like cut them up with scissors and get them installed in your wheelchair tire. But yeah, I haven't been able to find anything like that. To can't even think of the name of it right now. I tried to look it up a couple weeks ago, and my brain was just like, nah. Hey Robert, how we doing? Ooh, the Atomic City. Beckley, real monk. Yeah, hide the real ones amongst the AI. Yep. Most doctors recommend drinking water. Resulted in definitely getting my teeth looked at. Yeah. Mango Loco. Oh, I can't. Mangoes, Honeydew, and Arby's are all about the same level for me. I don't know why. The new M3 drives correctly on slow settings. Now it gives full speed and full power on hills. Oh, did you have something adjusted, Kent? Or what's going on with that? Yeah, it's not the inner tubes. There's another layer that goes between the tire and the inner tube. I forget what the stuff's called. It's some sort of like tire armor or something like that. Her size yet. Mango Loco Monster is too good for you. Yes, it is. I concur. I shall not partake. It is out of my league. All right. Hang on a second. Let's turn on the other microphone. Speaking of things, I'm going to grab my mint. Then we are going to open said box, and we can all bask in the glory of what's inside of it. I was, where was I? I think I was at a friend's place, and it was really loud, so I had to go outside and kind of hang out where it was more quieter for a while. And then I made the mistake of grabbing my tablet and going to shopgoodwill.com. And I bought some stuff. The thing I always forget with Shop Goodwill is they don't tell you what the shipping rate's going to be. It'll probably add another $10 or $20, and you have no say over it. And they take their sweet time with shipping stuff. So I ended up getting 2 of these because, I don't know. Where's my knife? There it is. But yeah, anyways. ShopGoodwill.com if you want your wallet to hate you. Ugh. It's like an auction site, but Goodwill. No programming, just the new Volt Pro charger. Oh, gotcha. Snakebite is one brand. Yeah, Snakebite. That was one of them, Dustin. Yes. YouTube won't let me post a link here, but if you search Google, it should come up. Yeah, the whole posting link thing is still broken. Go Gadget tilt seat. 2 is better than 1. I know, right? Well, it's something I'd never seen before. Well, it's something I've seen, but I've never seen it in this particular form factor. And this may take some of you back to grade school. Sorry, I can't do much about this paper noise. Holy... Are you kidding right now? Okay, hang on a minute. There's... You gotta do something with this. Okay, that was all the packing material in the world. Okay, so, it actually landed perfectly. Don't read what it says, but what do you think this is? I'm pretty sure, unless you cheated, you have no idea what this is. You think you do, but you don't. Put your guesses in the chat, keeping in mind that it is not what you think it is. Although you may be partially correct. We'll say that. Yeah, no cheating. Here's a little more help. It takes 4 C cells. All right. Yeah, see, you all think you know what it is. Was that bad grammar? Someone remind me when we're back at the computer to look up those armor shield things that Kent was talking about. FM radio? Nope, not a radio, not a tape recorder, not a TV, not a radio. Portable microwave. Like I said, this will blow your mind and also take some of you back to grade school. Are you ready for this? Hang on, I gotta get this box out of here. Oh crap, where did it go? Hang on a second. I was trying to find something else, but apparently I put it away. Alright. This, my friends, game console, speak and spell, weather radio, Pong. This, my friends, is a classroom CD player. Right? And through the power of buying 2 of them, we have another one here that's all set up and ready to go. Look at this. Yeah? There's at least one of you that has to have seen this in school. The rest of you are probably minds blown right now, right? But yeah, I ended up with 2 of them. One's... Actually, I don't know what color this is. I would call that tan, maybe, I guess. Kind of like the buttons on this one. They're a little easier to see. 2 equals stereo. Actually, is one thing I wanted to check to see if the headphone output is stereo or not. Oh, this one has more buttons. Oh, this one plays USB. Interesting. CD, USB, volume, on, off. CPR equipment. My school was poor. We didn't have those. Yeah, before my time. Actually cool, but never seen one. Coaster dispenser. Yes, it's for playing these round things. Like these records or something. Well, I already know this one works, so let's try this one. Oh, it's Lakeshore versus Hamilton. Both sound like generic education brands. Yeah, I was looking for Discman, and for some reason, well, yeah, for some reason I was looking for Discman. I don't have room for this. And these came up, and I don't think anyone knew what they were or cared. All the Discmen on Shop Goodwill are going for insane amounts of money, and also eBay, because all the hipsters are trying to get back into old tech that they don't remember because they're not old enough. But yeah, I thought this was sweet. And I bid on 2 of them, assuming that I would lose one. But no, they went for like $9 each. And then another $14 each for shipping. These came from 2 different parts of the country. Oh, wait, hang on. Focus. Gotta do the peel. I think someone put that back on there at some point. Alright. Do I really need another affirmation that I'm aging? So this one's interesting. It has an album button on it. Obviously it plays from USB, but it makes me think this might be able to decode MP3 CDs as well. So, anyways, let's see if this thing has any life. There's no on button, so I'm assuming you just hit play, pause. We have a light. And what does that say? Anti-skip. Oh, this one has anti-skip. Oh, so you really can put this on your shoulder and rock out. Okay, no disc. Let's stick one in here. This is a burned one. It's making squeaking noises. Hey! I probably can't play much of this because copyright.
No pain, no gain.
I would say that's skip resistant. Wait, does it start in the same spot? Nope. Because one weird thing I was doing, because I'm exquisitely lazy, disc. And the DVD/CD player in my van will start right where you left off. So I'd burn like, I don't know, 150 podcasts to a disc, and then I could just listen to it as I drove around. And then when I was done, I could throw them out the window. But anyways, we have 2 of these now, so I don't know if that's a letdown or if it's interesting because it's something you've never seen before. Has anyone ever seen one of these? I'm curious. Let me look at chat. We're looking... My first day, voice of music from telephone 1450. Actually, yeah, I do remember earlier on, I think it was kindergarten or first grade, we still had record players. Those went away almost immediately, though, because they were pretty old. White Raven says, I'm almost 26. Actually, I think it was in somewhere between 2nd and 4th grade when we got the Apple IIe computers, and those started showing up. Cassette Guardian recorder, AV track, IBM electric typewriter. Nice. My school had exactly 1 Apple IIe. I had a computer lab full of those green monstrosities, and every one of them was playing Oregon Trail. Yep, exactly. With the 5 1/4 floppies that you had to turn over halfway through. I was so excited that... Oh, I forgot we put the bait pump sticker on Beavis here. I forget what I was saying, but anyways. Never seen anyone. Nope. Don't recall seeing him. Way after my time in school. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I'm curious. This one does play flash drives. So be curious. I'm going to try. I'm not going to do it right now, but I would like to try burning MP3 discs and see if this works. Hang on. How loud does this go? See if we can find something that won't instantly copyright strike us. I think everything on here will, though. The laser carriage makes a lot of noise. Okay, this probably will, so I'm going to keep talking. Okay, so this one doesn't go nearly as loud. This one goes a lot louder and actually sounds decent. I think you just turn it off by... Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. Well, there's these. I'll go throw them in the drawer, I guess. Yeah, gotta go out on the town with our stereo thingies. I think I want a Discman. Yeah, I do find them at Goodwill occasionally. I've got a couple in the other room. Does anyone have the turtle robot pin up, pin down? Not sure what that is, Dustin. I recall having a tiny FM radio. This way you could just have in your hand and not one of those iPod things. Oh, I got you covered there. So, for a while, I forget what was going on. It was some sort of brain recovery or something was going on. Oh, I couldn't look at screens for extended periods. So I figured listening to talk radio would work. So I went on Amazon and found a bunch of little pocket radios. And these are kind of interesting. Hang on, I think the other one's in this drawer right here. I always say drawer in a strange way because everyone's like, you're saying it wrong. Hang on, I'm going through all the drawers. No. Where is it? I saw it like the other day. I swear it was in here. Oh, more interesting old tech. Here it is. Alright. I love analog media. But we have... Whoop! As I smash into things. This little guy. Just a little radio. Hangs around your neck. This is the antenna, so you couldn't take it off. But I was using this extensively to listen to talk radio when I couldn't look at screens for a while. Whoop.
To create a community.
Allie Holmes urged commissioners to not defund or change preschools for all.
Yeah, so this is one of the ones where you have the little single earpiece that you see people running around listening to the sports ball game or whatever. Then I was like, well, let's go a little bit more advanced. This one, the main reason I bought it is, look, BL5C is how it's powered. Some of you will appreciate that. But this one Can work as a Bluetooth transmitter, Bluetooth receiver. It can record the radio. It can play stuff off of micro USB, or micro SD cards. It has the BL5C in it. Kind of a cool little thing. It does world band receiving as well. Then there's this one, which is literally just an FM radio. And it's got an interesting battery. It's not an 18650. It's a little bit larger. This is an... Oh wait, this is an 18650. Never mind. There was another one that had a slightly larger battery. But anyways. This one's FM only. It just has that radio on a chip. But the reason I bought this one is it has direct tuning, which was kind of interesting. But it also has a mechanical on-off ka-chunk switch. See, look, it says hello. So you can just go 9, 2, 3, enter, or search. Wait, how do you use this? Oh, there we go. And it tunes. 1075. I think you just wait. There we go. Anyways, I go through a little fads of things, but anyways, there's those. Then, of course, micro cassette. This exact one right here I bought when I was probably 13. Old school Panasonic. I need to find all my tapes. I used to record audio of myself just talking about random things here and there. And I still do occasionally with a full-size cassette recorder. I do sort of an analog, like, journal or whatever. But anyways, lots of interesting old tech. Hang on, let me put these away. Come here, you. I should probably read chat, because I haven't done that in a minute. Is this microphone still charged? Let me know if this light turns red. Pants are drawers. Doors are wings. Yes, I died of dysentery, yes. Crazy little thing called love. Yeah, Robin, you're commenting about the tiny FM radio. That's what that was. They did make much smaller ones as well. Ninja Turtles. I loved Oregon Tales. Traumatized when one of my team died of a broken bone. Of osteogenesis. One disease. Oh, yeah. Remember crying in the computer lab? Oh, man, that sucks. Let's see. It drove me nuts because I can't find it. Oh, yeah. Not possible to die from broken bones. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's the whole infection thing and a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, it's crazy. Medical technology has come a long way so that you don't die of broken bones, but that used to be a thing. Ooh, Collins, yes. Did a lot of dumb stuff, riding bikes down steep hills and things, yeah. Oh no, it came off as insensitive. Give me your hand. Hey Ray, how we doing? Didn't do normal kid stuff for the most part. I didn't even care. Never really a kid. Reading was my jam, and my friends were into that. Nice. I wish I could read books, but I can't. I've got this eye tracking thing that prevents me from doing that. I get really dizzy. Let me grab the pet treat dispenser thingy, which I just moved, and I put somewhere. I've been digging through stuff here, attempting to... Well, there's a lot of moving around and organization of things that's been going on, and, well, as a result, I can't find anything currently. But, turns out, it's right here on top of this stack. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if he is modifying this or changing it or whatever. It did, however, come with some sort of... It reminds me of the stuff that you put a quarter in the machine at the fish hatchery and feed the fish. But, yeah, so I'm going to be testing with a few different chairs. I think there's other versions of this. This one has the battery built into the bottom. I saw another one on his website where this part was detached and the whole thing was a little bit smaller. But if you press this button and we shine a light down in here, you can see that it will dispense. So that's kind of cool. This hopper comes off the top, and it's got, I think it's a remote thing and some sort of charging jack or whatever, but let me pull up the website and I'll show you this thing. I need to stop leaning forward. Moment of silence. Oh my god, knitting and crocheting. I used to crochet when I was in the 5th grade. Making stuff. Audiobooks are tricky. They have to be voiced by the right person, so the voice doesn't ruin my brain, but yeah. Broken neck, kind of broken bone, yeah.
If that valve stem's still connected.
Whoops. Hang on, the Tourette's is doing something dumb. Let's see here. Spaz. Definitely important life skill to have patience and attention, to read books, yep. Uh-oh, Robin's got thumb cramps. Boxcar kids. Boxcar children. Okay, so this Tim's Treat-O-Matic. Yeah, like I was saying, I think there's a couple different versions, or maybe he's kind of changing some stuff. But yeah, you can see here, this has sort of a separate power supply thing. And he's got the little remote button there and stuff. Available with a stand. Let's see. Wired buttons. It's just links to, oh yeah, AbleNet. It's still crazy to me how much they charge for these things. Ooh, R10. Ah, that's the one we have. It's a new version. Ooh, we have a video. Rail. Yeah, so this one's set up to install it on Permobil rails. He wants to adapt it to some other stuff. I'm going to take some photos and measurements and stuff and send those to him. There we go. Dog's getting us some treats. Yeah, kind of a cool product, though. Get rid of the audio magazine I could because broadcast engineering, yeah. Wheel of Time. 800 pages? Oh, geez. And there's 13 of them. Try to get the last Mist book. Oh, Mist, yeah. A little bit, it was above your reading level. Oh, man. Oh, hold the Kindle on. Nice. Shiny red button. Yeah, it's crazy what they charge for these. Big Buddy red button, 75 bucks. Ooh, the big candy corn, 255. Candy corn. I don't know who it was that said this, but I'm going to steal it as my own. All candy corn was made in 1972. They just made a lot of it, and they still have it in stock everywhere. This one's kind of cool. Is this Bluetooth? Getting sidetracked. Which haven't mobile phone, other devices. Oh, yeah, so that uses the Bluetooth switch control. So you can do things with it. Wait, is that USB-C? Yes, it is. No more micro USB. Angle of the series, there have been some excellent audiobooks. Finishing every novel in elementary school library. Oh, there you go. Reading is a thing. Here. Oh, guess I'll give you the link to this website, though. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if there's a new model coming out or what exactly is going on with that, but there's a link to that. Can't open Facebook links on this computer, Robin. Oh, so I've I've waded my way into the world of ZFS pools. Managed to screw something up and had to nuke it and start over again. after transferring about 29 terabytes of data onto it. So, good times. Yeah, I didn't realize, messing around with Unraid, I didn't realize that data sets are handled differently and you have to have a plugin to do it properly, and I wound up messing up a bunch of stuff. But anyway, super random. I don't understand. It's not like that. Ripping disabled $100. I know, right? Yeah, I actually was I think I mentioned in a video a couple of years ago, I think it would be cool to make my own switches that are reliable, like monoport ones, and sell them. Obviously, that's when I was still living in the bus, and I have so many things on the list of stuff to do, and I still don't really live in a spot that I can do stuff like that. But I mean, if you go on DigiKey or Mouser or any of those sites, I just said that thing. Every so often I get this neurological deal where it feels like an elf with an ice pick, or maybe 20 ice picks. Just comes up and randomly stabs me somewhere in the body. That time it was right on the bridge of my nose, just on the right a little bit. Ugh, good times. Yeah, if you go to DigiKey or Mouser or something like that, you can get buttons for really cheap and wire them up. But yeah, it's crazy. Crazy how expensive this stuff is. I mean, I guess Bluetooth, $260. It's already built, sure, but like, I don't know. You could do it for a lot cheaper. But just for the wired buttons, okay. So this is $260, right? How much was the candy corn? $255. It's $5 less, and it's literally just a button. Wait, is it? Wait, why does it have a battery door? I guess I could read the disability switch, higher sensitivity. Oh, it's proximity sensor. Still though. Little candy corn? Oh, the little candy corn has been discontinued. Built strong. Yeah, it's just crazy what they charge for this stuff. Proximity sensor. Oh, it'll make noise and blink when you get near it. That's what the batteries are for. Yeah, that's just crazy expensive. Have you read Monk and Robot novellas? Ray. Yeah, see, I've always wanted to be able to like read books and stuff, but I can't, so I'm completely lost in these conversations. Hell, the controller for the seat in my truck was $900. Literally telephone cord and a 4-button controller. Yep. Yep, that stuff is insane. One of my old vans had the remote blinker controls, and it just used like, was it RJ11 or RJ12, whatever the normal phone cord switch is, to plug it in. But yeah, it was crazy expensive. Adaptive switches are expensive. Yep. Love those books. I described them as a hug and therapy session. Ah, yes. Okay. Let's see here. So we looked at that thing. We looked at the, what do I call it? CD players. I was hoping it was going to be delivered in the mailbox and I was going to explore it on stream, but someone bought something super interesting from the gift list. Here, let me get a link for it. Some of you may be interested in, depending on what you do with things. Hang on here. I got to find a link for this off camera. The wish list. Actually, if I look at my phone, I'll probably get an email saying it was delivered to the mailbox after I left. Email. Connecting, checking. Not yet. Let's see here. Oh, purchased items. Wait a second. Hang on. I got to read this text. Cover thing. Fill in. What's a hover wheelchair? Apparently I'm too heavy, but you are not. Oh, a Hoyer? Do you have a link to whatever that product is? Question mark, LOL. That looks interesting. Okay, here we go. This thing. Come on, give me a link. Copy. There we go. paste this in here. I'll give you guys a copy of this link preemptively because you may want it. And I'll press this here button, which is not as loud this time. Of course, it's an Amazon associate link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I make a small percentage on the transaction. This is for a Ryobi 1 Plus drill battery. Much like this. And it gives you the ability to charge the battery and also power other projects. They have a version of this that does up to 145 watts power delivery. But it's got a little screen on the top of it. It's got the cool sort of clear plastic. Bunch of inputs and outputs on it. You can basically use it like a little power supply for a drill battery. Which I happen to have a bunch of these laying around, but okay, so they have a few different versions. Some of them do higher outputs or whatever, but yeah, I thought this was a really cool little device. OLED screen. Oh, and it has a flashlight built in, because, you know, flashlight. You can limit power and charging and stuff, but yeah, pretty sweet little product. I read a minimum of 150 books a year. Wow, that's a lot. Used to record and monitor audiobooks. I volunteered for recording The Blind and Dyslexic when they had a studio in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Also maintain audio equipment. Nice, Kent. Doesn't age well. I don't know how to say those words, but yeah. Can't read anything longer. Yeah. Yeah, you get distracted and go off and do other things for sure. Flashbacks to the hover tank. Hang on here. If you Google Revimo, you will find it. Okay. Let's see what the heck you're talking about here. Oh, this thing. So my friend got an invite for, hang on, what is this? Some sort of testing or something for it? Test user questionnaire. We're actually going to be coming to Oregon the week of September 12th. If you're still interested in testing. Oh. Interesting. That's kind of cool. I think does it do standing also, or what's going on with this thing? Just keep watching the video. All repairing electrical and electronic gear, mechanical audio. Yes, analog forever. So I guess it's just sort of a Hoyer thing. I thought maybe it was a standing thing, but I guess not. Oh, it's got a hover around style control system. Wait. Does this thing scoop you up? Is that what's going on here? Hang on. How do we rewind this? I don't think we can. Yeah, it looked like it kind of... Hang on, learn more. Yeah, it looks like it scoops up underneath you. Yeah, right here. Watch this part. Okay, so it locks you in. Oh, yeah, so it does kind of rotate. Interesting. Seems like it might be a pinching thing, but yeah. How do we... All right. So it's got holes in it for pooping. The scooping seat for fast and easy transfers. Disposable seat covers. Lifting to a standing level. Retractable handlebar. I wonder how much this thing is. What is it? Oh, current limit is 250 pounds. 400-pound limit is in development. No insurance, of course. Pricing options. It's not a link. Transfer. Pedal with most wheelchairs. You just have it like drop you in your chair or something? That's interesting. Lever chair and hover tank might be a little out of reach for technology at the time, but what about electromagnetic hover seat? I know, right? It doubles as a seat warmer. Anything with magnetics. How do we... Hang on, let's see if we can hack this website. Pricing. No. I'm just typing random stuff in here. Maybe Google AI will help us. 14,900. Down to 8,900. Regular price, premium waitlist discount. Monthly rental, $1,200 a month? Oh. Oh, they do still have it on here. They just didn't update their link, or to make it into a link. I guess there's a little hole into there for the dangly bits. Yep. Tomorrow, aquatic PT and getting hoyered into the pool. Yeah, good times. Imagine running the dangly bits into the toilet by accident. I know, right? Or not lining up and it pinches you. Wait, so is this like a Kickstarter almost thing? Get one of the first 10 devices for $1,000. So if you pay $1,000, it reserves a price of $7,900. 14. That seems really expensive. Monthly rental, $790 for the first month for the first year. Hang on, the ice maker is making screeching noises. I'll leave you watching this little animation while I go dump some more water into the ice maker because OCD, listening to that pump squeal hurts my brain. Is this cup clean? Yeah, sure. Can you hear it? More water. Oh, it went into air mode. All right, ice maker, try again. Start. There we go. This is Ice Maker ASMR, brought to you by this live stream. I'm sticking my head inside there. Wait, is the microphone on that side? Yeah, it is. Oh, I have so many straws now. That was random. Yeah, so it seems like a pretty interesting concept. Hang on, can we punch this hoopty into YouTube? Revimo. Dan had a doctor's appointment Monday, had to use the new manual chair. Yeah, I've been trying to use my manual chair to get exercise, but I need to change the seating on it. I think things have changed enough to the point to where I don't know, it hurts a lot to sit in the thing. I chopped up my kid's hoverboard and stole the wheels for powered casters. They don't work yet. I want to use hoverboard or hub wheels and put them on a shopping cart so I can drive it around remotely. Because there is nothing more hilarious than a very fast remote-controlled shopping cart. I don't know why. You have to see one in person, but I laugh constantly. That is not what I wanted. What are the chances that this is going to be filled with inspirational music? I'm giving it a high 103%.
Is a dignity machine. It can change the lives
no
of
music.
people like Natalia, who has a lower body disability. She can use
I don't know if this is
remote
going to tag
control
the
to
video
retrieve Revimo
copyright or
Nico
not.
to her bed. Then she can close the backrest and use innovative patent-pending seat technology to quickly and
Oh, it's innovative patent-pending seat technology.
safely get
The Pincher 5000.
out of bed. 1 minute, no embarrassment of asking for assistance, and she can get back her freedom and move to her bathroom, her kitchen, her living room. Revimo Nico is very compact and maneuverable. It makes toileting much easier because Natalia doesn't need to move from Revimo Nico during the process. The device has a special seat for easy
Special
toileting.
seat. Wait, for easy what?
The device has a special seat for easy toileting.
Toileting. I mean, it was cool. I just like making fun of stuff, but yeah.
She can easily
Oh, hey, that's kind of
transfer
cool, actually.
herself to a shower bench to do her hygiene routines.
Oh, wireless control.
Moreover,
Uh-oh.
Revimo allows
How about the
Natalia
fridge?
to take care of herself independently. She can easily
That's
access
quite
her
the
fridge
reach.
to get some food or even reach the top shelf of her kitchen cabinet.
Engaging ladder mode. Nice. So when I see something like this, my brain immediately goes to the little servos or whatever are controlling these. And it makes me think, are those just using the field to hold them in place? You know how when stepper motors are powered up, they're really hard to move? Or does it engage some sort of lock? My thought is, if power fails on this thing, are the servos just going to go limp and dump you on the floor? I don't know. That's just where my brain goes immediately. Again, cool product. I just make fun of stuff for no reason. My bladder would be screaming faster than that chair could go. All right. Needs a backup camera. Oh, yeah. That would be a good thing. A ball cam so you don't shear them off. I know, right? Oh, man.
The height of Revi Monico
Oh, it has a little
is
table.
adjustable, allowing for convenient.
Wait, let's see here. So, yeah, looking at the control system, that's sort of like hover around style. And I would bet, did we get a view of this? I would bet they're just sort of the inline hover around style motors
access of
down in there.
Revi Monico can even help her recover faster. She can lift herself up and practice standing using the retractable handlebar.
Yeah, does that not, though? Hang on.
Practice standing using the retractable handlebar.
I mean, it's a way to do it, but this just looks like this is chopped right off of like some sort of existing mobility device or something.
Revi Monico is the ultimate
Wait, why is there a ghost person using it? I like the little lighting, I guess. Oh boy. Chat's diving off the deep end. I became a full-time chair user when my manual chair flipped backwards onto rebar, trying to climb a horrid ramp to get... Oh boy. That does not sound fun. Ugh. Like one of those sticks, those pits full of punji sticks or something. Ugh. Plugs. I killed the operator. Now it's a ghost.
mobility solution.
Hang on. There's a meme. Do I have the meme folder on this computer? Where is it? Where is it? Text documents, YouTube stuff. Hang on. Let me pull up the meme folder real quick. Hang on. I gotta grab it from the other computer real quick. There's a relevant meme we have to look at. And as per usual, the amount of time and buildup it takes for me to display this will probably not make it worth the payoff, but we're gonna try it anyways. No, the computer went to sleep. Turn on computer. There we go. All right, memes. Was it Ghost? GH. Ghost. Bench. No. Wheelchair. Is this the one? No. Unusual bicycle. Dang it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this. Bench. Did I try bench? Yeah. Bench. No, that's not it. Hang on, I'm going to try and search for it on the open internet. It's a little hard to find. I don't think I named it properly. I don't know, the last part of the video is a ghost user. I don't know what this is saying. Let's see. Oh, I found it. Holy crap. Okay, that's similar. What's it called? Hang on. Is it? No. It's a classic example. Well, here, I'll just... it's not going to be the same, but... it's... classic idea. So, I have to be careful when I say stuff like this, but this reminds me of classic design by people that don't use wheelchairs and what they think someone in a wheelchair might want. So it's a bench, right? And it's got the cutout for the wheelchair. There was a Reddit post where someone put an overlay on this. It was something to the effect of, my dude's a ghost. Why do you need a wheelchair? Can't you fly? Or something like that. I can't find the original one, but like I said, this, we must do better. We can do better. Oh, introduce a number of these wheelchair accessible seats. Here's the thing though, like, I know me in particular, I'm sure a lot of other people, I don't want to sit that close to people. And also I'm in my own wheelchair, so can I just sit next to that thing? I don't know. It tingles parts of my brain that make me annoyed. I don't know why, but I'm trying to figure out where to put this. But anyways, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this idea? I like the idea of like people trying to do inclusive stuff, I guess, but I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I laughed. My wife laughed. The toaster laughed. Wait, what? Oh, killed the operator. Yes, the toaster. It changed me from mail chair user, smart drive, became an M3 user. So was there additional injury to your spine or something, or what happened with that? I imagine falling on rebar is never the best idea. Final destination, yes. Okay, I'm going to take this off the screen now. How do I do that? Remove. There we go. Yes. All right. A fantastic build of a gaming PC and a toaster. Only wish I could link to it here. Yeah, they did that one. What's this? The Xbox KFC keeps your chicken warm by using the GPU in the Xbox or something. Pinky and Brain would take over the world. Yes. Sorry, they cursed you with a mid-wheel drive right out of the gate. Never understood why a person would want 2 extra casters hanging out. It's a beginner chair. They always stick everyone in a mid-wheel drive chair to begin with. That's not a cutout for a wheelchair. It's to prevent people from being able to sleep on the bench. Yeah, see, and then that was the thing too. Is like, what is it? And Portland has a weird thing now where they do the leaning benches where you can't actually sit on them. So I don't know. Yeah, next to it's way better. Exactly. It was worth the wait. I didn't even get to show you the actual meme, but yeah, the way it was worded was just funny. Anti-homeless bench said to look for wheelchairs. Oh yeah. They killed Kenny. Kenny. I thought it looked okay till Dan reminded me the chair is a chair, right? That's like, I don't have any furniture here. I will show you. I have one token piece of furniture. I think I mentioned this in the video recently, but I have one token piece of furniture that people can sit on here. And I'm not going to lie, people always complain about it. They're like, oh, you giving me a folding chair to sit on? No, no, no. This is a lifetime folding chair. When they complain about it, I force them to sit in it. Look, it's got a butt cut out. The back is nice and curved, right? People are always like, oh, you saved a folding chair for the walkers. I'm like, nope, sit in it. They always sit in it. They're like, oh, this is really comfortable. Another reason I have this, though, is this being as rounded as it is, I can sit in it if I have to do something to my chair or do transfers or whatever. It's behind the front door, though, so I usually forget that I have it. But, yeah, anyways. That's my token piece of furniture. That, or you can turn a 5-gallon bucket upside down and sit on that. Oh. I had to get a bunch of spider traps. My wheelchair driving over the door threshold has damaged it a little bit. And now you can see daylight under the front door. Which means, if you can see daylight under the door, all the spiders can just march right in here unimpeded. I'll be eating dinner or something, watching TV, and all of a sudden I see giant spider just go shooting across the room. The benches and the parks around here have extra concrete next to them. I park your chair in. Yeah, so there's one thing they did that's actually kind of handy for picnic tables. And a lot of the parks and stuff around here have them now. But they just have like a cantilevered thing hanging off the end. Yeah, here we go. Like this sort of arrangement. Let's see, can I click on this and will it make it bigger? Kind of. But yeah, so the end just kind of hangs out, you know, which is super handy. Unless you have more than one person in a wheelchair there, but yeah, it's nice to see stuff like that. I always find the token people that they use in the photos for wheelchairs always interesting. Yeah. That's sort of an ultralight. All right. How about this one? Yeah, hospital chair. There was like hospital chairs. Oh, is that like a folding one or something? That's kind of interesting. I guess if you want to belly up to the bar and play some poker, that one would work for that. Seems like the bench. Yeah, dual purpose, right? How well is that going to work with power chairs? Yeah. I don't want to sit next to random people, though. Or even people I know. Yeah, cervical spine sustained an injury. Spine evidence for palsy from birth. That's no good. Anyone you could sue over that? I mean, I feel like falling backwards on a wheelchair ramp and hitting rebar, I feel like you should be able to blame someone for that. I don't know. PlayStation had the pizza warmer. Oh yeah, the STL files, you can make it yourself. Yeah. Here's another one in the middle. I don't know. Me with my Tourette's, though, my arms are always flying around and stuff. So I probably, like, elbow people in the face. Oh, this guy's lonely. Look, he's... I just find this stock artwork hilarious. He's just in his hospital chair, out in the middle of a grassy field with a book full of papers and a pen by himself. This one's at least on concrete. Like, alright, smile for the camera now. Is this a drawing? No. Yeah, that's like CGI. Some random kid in a hospital chair. Anyways, random. Oh yeah, and I've seen a lot of these as well. These are pretty popular around here. Oh, I just thought of something. If I was going to go somewhere that required me to be able to use a picnic table, I suppose I could just make something that clamps on and cantilevers over the end. That seems like a good idea. Looks more comfortable than my F3. I want one token architectural barrier for my biped friends instead of stairs going nowhere. Yeah. I have a basic metal folding chair for my caregiver, says Mike. Nice. They don't like it. The entire floor is a sitting spot, says Dustin. Yep. Seating opportunities to let abled experience what it's like. Yeah, I have a quad, though, but then everyone always gets in them and you go spinning in circles, and they're like, wee, this is fun. Plus, most of the cushions I have are kind of imprinted for my butt, and if someone else sits in them, it kind of screws it up. But I don't know. I get what you're saying. I'm smelling what you're stepping in, though. Camp time roll a chair is a great lightweight chair. I use it to pack on my motorcycle. Now my wife uses it. Let's see here. Look this up. Copy. I saw some of those anti-homeless spikes around here. Really inspired me to either distribute low-cost camping air mattress or a bag of quick create. Yes, have attorneys and darn good ones. It sounded like Scooby-Doo. Wait, when? Hey, Dee Dee, how we doing? I was like 20 minutes late today. I was stuck in traffic. Yeah, no one's ever late, Dee Dee. Exactly. No one's allowed to say anyone's late. Oh, excuse me. This one. Yeah, so that, I don't know. My brain always looks at the stock artwork and tries to figure out if the person in the chair is actually a wheelchair user. I give this guy a solid maybe. The way his feet are all the way back and he has the strap, and it is an ultralight. Got some giant wheels with what looks like natural fit hand rims. Yeah, that might be someone that actually uses a wheelchair. Sure. Grandma, definitely. There's one for the kids. What's this? There's Dude Man by himself with his laptop and a mouse and the hat. Okay, anyways, let's look up that thing that words Dustin was saying. Paste. When you said, "Oh no, he's lonely." Oh, yeah, skinny legs too. Exactly. Oh, these things. Wait a second. Oh, I thought it was one of those standing chairs. Have you seen those things where like it's a chair, but you're still standing while you're sitting down, kind of? They have like a single leg sticking up on the bottom of them. Huh. Anyways, I'm gonna turn on this other fan right here. My new favorite thing in the room. It has micro USB and USB-C on it. You can charge it both ways. It's kind of a odd design choice. Okay, now for kicks and giggles, we're gonna go through that one crate that's labeled kitchen. And I'm sure I will be oohing and awing over the stuff that's in there that I thought I'd lost forever. Or forgot that I even owned. What is this? Oh! Hang on. More old tech first. There's certain things I see at Goodwill, and it's not within my power to not buy them. This first thing was made by Radio Shack, and it was broken. Let's see. Workbench. Hey, it's Tim's Treatomatic. This thing. It was a little bit broken, but I couldn't not buy it. It's sort of a shortwave looking style radio. It does do wideband AM and weather reception. This little... Oh, the spring in this broke. It just kind of turns lock to lock, and you can adjust treble and bass and all that stuff. But I had this in the bus for a while to listen to radio with. And then, one of my favorite Goodwill finds, the C. Crane Versacorder. Yeah. Cassette player has soft eject, automatic stop in all directions. A bunch of settings for voice activation, volume. You can use this as a telephone recording system with the proper interface. You can do quarter speed, normal speed. Got a crap load of ins and outs and remotes and stuff. Timer built in. You have the beep. You can turn on and off for recording phone calls. Cool thing with this, though, is you can set it up as a timer. And you can plug in an input, or even just have it record in general, where it'll start recording at a certain time and turn off because it has the clock built in. So, anyways, more random old stuff. Ew, it's tainted with micro USB. I know, right? At least it has another one next to it. Kind of. Also, the settings on this are weird. It goes low, medium, high, and then all of them. But that makes it slower. So, I don't know. Weird. Stuff is blowing around. Okay, back to the crates. I miss Radio Shack X Mods RC. Oh, I forgot about those. We have those all over our complex, says Dee Dee. Nice. I hate rebar. Yeah. I love the expose the fakers mindset. Yeah, RIP Fry's Electronics. Wideband AM. CRJ Pro. Macintosh MR74. Oh, hey, Tim. How's it going? Bars in the UK now have got inaccessible benches outside. Welcome to the 1970s. Oh, nice. Miss Radio Shack in general. Just a smell of walking into the store. Axeman is a close second. Oh, you're near Twin Cities? I love Axeman. No place like home. Yep. Hey, Stormtrooper, how's it going? We were just looking at old random tech. Oh, wait, hang on. No one tell Stormtrooper what we're doing. I'm gonna give him the question that we have earlier. Nobody cheat, okay? Mum's the word. I gotta put all this stuff down. Hang on. Where did I put them? Hang on. Oh, here they are. All right, Stormtrooper. I might be about to blow your mind, but maybe not. I don't know. What do you think this is? I can guarantee you it's probably not what you think it is. I'll give you a second to look at it while I drink some coffee. It uses batteries, 4 C cells, and keep in mind, it's not what you think it is. Now I need another mint. Hang on. If anyone's seen one of these before, it's Stormtrooper, I'm sure. I bought the small component drawers from Radio Shack as it was closing. Nope, not a tape recorder. You think that's what it is, right? Alright, here we go. Are you ready for this? It is a classroom CD player. Have you ever seen one of these? This one even has anti-skip protection. What was that noise? Heard something weird. But yeah, it's a CD player. How insane is that? See? I knew it'd blow your mind. I'm sure we're going to get copyright tagged on the stream for playing a few seconds of that stuff. But yeah, anyways, there's that. Okay, back to the kitchen bin. I'm going to have to clean up a bunch of stuff after stream. I'm just kind of throwing everything on top of any random flat surface in here. Okay. Oh, an Etch-a-Sketch. Where did that come from? Okay, anyways. Getting sidetracked. Oh, come here, Ben. Or go away, Ben. Or just not be there. What is this? Oh, that's my winter clothing. This might be loud. Okay. Sort of forklift mode, but not really. Okay. This is labeled kitchen, and I'm not sure what's in it. I haven't opened it in a long time, but watch, it'll be full of stuff that I don't want to... That's not good for the camera. It'll be full of stuff I don't want to show on stream, probably. Are you okay? Come here, little camera. I forgot you have to set the feed at just the right angle on this, or it goes all kamikaze on you. Please still work. This camera was not cheap. Overhead? Hey, there we go. Oops, hang on, my wires are trapped. Were you summoned with the talk of Radio Shack? I know, right? It has both, so it's okay, I guess. Yes. I thought of these... Oh yeah, small components drawers. Toyota forklift for the win. Alright, so... let's see what sort of kitchen stuff I would put in a bin and call kitchen stuff. Oh. Not kitchen stuff at all. It's the calf pads to the bounder. And... my 12-hour bag? And some laptop bags. Alright, well. Never mind. It wasn't kitchen stuff at all. Which makes me wonder, where is my kitchen stuff? Why is this so heavy, also? It shouldn't be that heavy for what's in here. Wait, is there stuff in these bags? No? Alright, well, that was a fail. Oh boy, I gotta stop leaning over. Whew. And I think my preview camera just locked up. Yep, it did. Alright, well, good to know that's independent of the computer hardware we're using. Wait. I think I put the same... I did. I put the same USB PCI card in this new computer when I set it up. I think that's our problem. Yeah, everything's frozen. Well, not this camera, I don't think, but the other one is. Okay, I need to sit here and lean back for a minute. Whew. All the spices you're... Wait, what? Dysreflexia is happening. Please hold. Meeting of the neurodivergent Kippy geniuses. What's 12-hour bag? That's just a term for a backpack that's covered in molly straps. Actually, here. Let's ask Jeeves. AI mode. Oh god, no. All. No. What So the larger one that I have is a 72-hour bag. In theory, it's big enough to fit all the stuff you need for a 72-hour gallivants, doing various work things. Okay. Oh, bag, not bad. Not a 5150. Portable survival kit. Ah, prepper garbage. Here. We'll just go, 511. Eggs and packs. Not sure whether the black boxes are better than the clear boxes. Can't see what's in them. Oh, that comes to another self-hosted service, which I'll show you here in a minute. Yeah, sure, I'll take your cookies. No, go away. Yeah, so 511 makes a bunch of, like, you know, tactical stuff, but usually when you hear bag with 12, 48, 24 hours, it's referring to something like this. See, it says the Rush 24. That would be like a 24-hour bag, so it's a little bit bigger than that other one. But yeah, anyways, that's what that's all about. Hang on, let me see. See if it'll load here. There's a self-hosted thing called Homebox, and I use that to kind of sort a bunch of stuff. Is it going to load is the question. I've restarted the server about 1 billion times. Error loading. Uh-oh. Hang on here. Hang on, let me log into this and see what's going on here. Is this doxing anything? I don't think so. So this is my Unraid server, which I use for home labbing the most. It just has a bunch of random stuff running. But Homebox, let's see. It claims it's up and running. Oh yeah, there we go. Wonder if my... hang on. I usually access it from an external URL, but down here. Trying to do things my brain is shorting out at the same time. Buttons. There we go. Click on this. Of course, always when you try to show something to someone is when it doesn't work. I haven't updated anything on my VPS in a while, so it might be having issues. Yeah, anyways, here, we'll just open up the local version of this. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. WI. Got back open here. Invalid. Oh, because I typed it wrong. What? Oh boy, hang on. Why does this always happen? I go to show something off and it's been working flawlessly like forever. Although, like I said, the last few days, things have been a little bit insane. Ah, the password's different than I thought. What? Are you serious? Why does this always happen? There we go. Okay, now, Chrome, welcome to Homebox. This is a test instance. I've got another one going on, but this allows you to print out QR codes and attach them to bins. So hang on, let me get chat open here. Oh, I overwrote chat. Hang on. There we go. So you can set up different locations, and I put these QR codes on different crates. I'm using this a little bit off-label because I didn't want to physically write out every single thing that is in every crate. But what I do is I take a photo of it, and I can see, you know, what certain things are in there, and then a few key items that are in there that I'm looking for. I can type those in, and it tells me what crate it's in. Like, I was looking for something specific the other day, and I was able to use this to find it. But yeah, like I said, I'm using it a little bit off-label. But yeah, it's called Homebox, runs in Docker, and got a lot of cool features. The way I'm using it, they're not really set up for it necessarily, but this is similar to how I had something set up in the past, which is pretty cool. But it generates QR codes, and then you just scan the QR code with your phone, and it'll tell you what's in there, or bring up the inventory or whatever. It's a pretty cool home inventory management system. Anyways, someone mentioned clear crates, and that immediately made me think of that. All right, see you later, Robert. Thanks for stopping by. Ugh. Yeah, bug out bags. Not previously named from Oregon Trail. Let's see. Look at their chat here. I think, hang on, this white screen is making my brain hurt suddenly. Ugh. Prepare to date yourself. Apple IIe in your childhood, classroom, and how many? Depending on the classroom, we had the computer lab full of Apple IIes. Oh, and they switched over to the LC2, I think, for a while. And then at the end of every row, they had a Mac Performa. But as far as in the actual classroom, there was an Apple IIe over in the corner, but we almost never used it. We go to the computer lab if we're actually doing anything like that normally. 12 hours of needed supplies. Want to hear BB King. Have the 45s. Reminds me of the old jukebox I bought from Goodwill. Whatever the first gas station I stop at ends up selling. 511 laptop sleeve is swimpy. Carry a Panasonic Toughbook for full rugged. Doubles as a barbell. How about a Panasonic ToughPad? Does that count? I feel like you could really do some damage with this thing too. Obviously the screen is exposed on it, but yeah, these are pretty solid little thing. Although I just had that within reach. Actually have the docking station for it right there. Ooh, snackage nachos. That sounds amazing. We have so many deer around here, like living in a Disney movie. Free cattle. Not worried about food in the apocalypse. Yeah, that's a good call right there if you got deer everywhere. Mechanic car syndrome. Deer, turkey, moose, quail, rabbit, all the things. Oh. I just got a low battery warning for your card. Oh, that's funny. Hang on, one of my Meshtastic nodes apparently. Wait, he got a low warning? Hang on. That's really funny. Did it ping you? Question mark. Meshtastic stuff. Hang on, let me grab a battery bank here. One of my friends just texted me and said that somehow he got a notification through the mesh network the battery on this thing is low, which I find kind of hilarious. Let me log into the node on my chair real quick and see if it is in fact low. I'm sure it is. I haven't plugged it in a while. Let's see, nodes. This thing is called Fartbox. Yeah, sure enough, battery's at 16%. So, using the power of magnets, we'll plug this thing in and charge it. Ta-da! And then in a minute, the light should come on. ToughPad counts, not wimpy, right? Yeah, that one's cool because it has an LTE modem built into it. There we go, now it's charging. That's so weird that my friend got a notification for it. Probably because we're sharing the same keys on a few of the different channels. Interesting, though. Hang on, I'm getting distracted. Happy Thursday. Okay, whatever, sure. Alright. Okay. Dark mode, everything. I know. Deer numerous in Oak Ridge, risk of being hot, as in radioactive. There's radioactive deer running around? That seems sketchy. Why are people not seeing the same details as me? Everything's standing. I have to move everything around. Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything's got to be in just the right spot. For sure. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? We had BBC Micros. Ah, yes. Early 80s in my school. What is that and how do I get that? Yeah, I've been pondering making a Meshtastic video, but then I realized there's so many different things and stuff. But anyways, the price is a little weird on Amazon sometimes, but if you type in CashAPP Tracker, made by Seed Studio, there's two versions. I don't recommend this $40 one, but this is a Meshtastic node with a built-in GPS, because I've got the keys shared with a friend, and that thing will update my location on our private channel so people can see where I'm at. But yeah, it's completely sealed, waterproof, has a GPS built in, uses magnetic charging. Replacement cables are only $2, so that's not bad. But yeah, anyways, I'll give you a link for this. Seed Studio sells it. It's, I think, cheaper on their website. I think Seed Studio is spelled with many E's. Yeah, there's like 3 E's. Let's see, products. SenseCap, there we go. It's the T1000E is the one you want. I got mine on eBay. It was a little bit cheaper. Obviously, you have to wait. Can I even do an associate link with this? I think I can. Stock goes in and out on Amazon for these things. But there's a link for that. Amazon associate link. Yeah, so they're $40, but then you have to pay for shipping. They get a little bit confusing with all the different options in here, but honestly, just buying it from Amazon may be the cheaper, faster route. Let's see, $40 versus $60. You'll have to pay like probably $15 for shipping and then wait a while. But yeah, anyways, that's what that is. One of the things I've been playing around with, actually the most recent thing, is super random today. I haven't bought one yet, but so they have the T-Decks for Meshtastic, right? Well, the T-Deck Pro, they just started writing Meshtastic firmware for it. It's got an e-ink display, and a keyboard built in, so that's kind of cool. A little standalone node. It is certainly not cheap, which is why I haven't bought one, but I've been eyeballing those recently because I was looking at the T-Deck Plus, and these aren't really that much less expensive. And even though the other one has an internal antenna, I think it would still be good for a client mute sort of scenario. I apologize if none of this is making sense to anyone, but anyways. There are 5 deer grazing in the backyard as we watch. Nice, Timster. Yeah, I guess they're just sort of a built-in food supply. I'm curious about the radioactive ones, though. Now I'm confused. Quit pondering. All my mesh stuff is just sitting here. Absolutely love the microcomputer. Haven't played with mine for years, but those things are so damn cool. Was it Ben Eater, I think? Something that tickled my brain in just the right way. I think he sells kits, actually. Yeah, hang on. You can make your own little, like, computer on breadboards, or however you want. Yeah, so like a 6502. You can get all the parts to make your own 6502 computer. I don't know. That seemed really neat to me. I don't know why. But yeah, I've been watching him on YouTube. Then he's got a serial interface kit for it. Clock modules. Oh, here we go. 8-bit. Excuse me. This one's large. What CPU does this one use? Anyways, here's a link to this. If you're curious to actually build your own computer, it's kind of a neat thing. But yeah, hang on a second. Ugh. My throat was doing that thing where it didn't want air to go in and out of it very well. Yeah, Siege Studio is pretty cool. They got a lot of neat stuff. Holding up for the one that has touch e-paper and touch LCD with a built-in keyboard. Yeah, that's the one I just showed, I think. Oh, by the way, they're significantly cheaper if you buy them. Was it? No, it wasn't Siege Studio. Hang on, who was it? Hang on here. Liligo. Oh, man. I think on their website. Yeah, so they have one with a 4G, or if you want audio, which 4G defeats the purpose. So I select the audio version of it. 915 megahertz. They are okay, so a little cheaper. But the one on Amazon, if you don't want to screw around with it, which you probably do, the PCM 510A is the audio version. You can get it with the Meshtastic firmware already on there. It's not officially supported by Meshtastic yet, but there is a version of it that does work, and I'm sure it's coming soon. But yeah, this right here is my jam. I love this style of thing. By the way, Liligo makes sort of a flipper alternative, as it were. See here. This thing here, the Liligo T embed. Was this the one? Wi-Fi. They have a version of it with RF built in. Oh, throwback to the old Motorola. Oh my God. This is a LoRa device. I had a two-way text pager back in the day. Does this not remind you of Research in Motion right there? That is like the exact thing. Got the little scroll wheel. Ooh. Yeah, anyways, that is cool. How do we internet? Where is it? They have a device that's basically a flipper alternative. I think it might have been the T-bed, the T-embed thing. There's one with an RF device in it, though. Maybe it was this one, or they just had another version of it. Oh, we have it. Oh yeah, it sent my friend a message over the mesh saying the battery was low. Node Fartbox has a low battery. Oh, that's awesome. EFT, embed, low power wireless, Wi-Fi. Yeah, no, it wasn't this one. Hang on here. Sorry, I get stuck in these things, and it's hard to get out of this loop. Anyways, they have one of these that has built-in RF transmitting as well. This one? That one seems too cheap. Be what I was thinking of. But yeah, if you want to like make your own flipper or whatever, someone on oh yeah, VHF. There we go. Is this the VHF one? Team bed initiative. That's a performance digital tuner. Oh, that's just a tuner. Anyways, there's a guy on Amazon that was it in this one? Oh yeah, here we go. He got it all set up to run as a flipper, which those things are hard to buy. And I mean, $76, a little bit cheaper. Anyways, I'm nerding out on stuff here. But it really needs a touchscreen. Yeah, so that thing does have a touchscrreen, actually. The one I was looking at. Sorry, I keep going back here. Where is it? There we go. Was this the touch? Yeah, this is the touchscreen one. Or was it? They do have a touchscreen version. Thought this was it. I think all the TDEC Pros do. LoRa, GPS, ultra wide, paper, viewing angle. Oh, they're doing that Apple style thing where they put all the crap all around it. Yeah, this is the touchscreen version. Yeah, anyways. Super nerdy stuff. All right, let me scroll back here. I bring my Geiger counter to the seafood section at the butcher shop. They hate it. Oh, gosh. Old classic Uno are a good start into microcontrollers. Wahoo, my 2 lithium-ion batteries just showed up from China. Oh, nice. Took 2 months to get them here. 64 volts, 100 amp, 80 amp hours. Nice. That should be pretty spicy, Joshua. Curious to see what you do with that. Pocket Geiger counter. There's a guy on YouTube. He just recently got extremely popular. What is his channel name? Oh, Radioactive Drew. These products change constantly. But on his channel.
So today I'm out at the center.
That was loud. Yeah, I started watching him when he had like 500 subscribers, and he went up to like 90,000 in a couple of months. It was crazy watching it. But he does reviews of a few of the pocket Geiger counters, which Amazon does have. The brands and names change constantly. But yeah, I would watch his channel, and he reviews some of the cheap options and the decent ones. This is a lot of the... Like this one here is going to be the tube style one. Actually, there's a whole bunch more of these than there used to be on here. Oh, like this one here. Actually, is that a knockoff too? It is. Okay, so there's suddenly a lot of knockoffs of these things. But yeah, check out Radioactive Drew. He does reviews on a bunch of stuff. Oh, wow. These all look like the name brand ones, but they're not. Interesting. I mean, here's one you can build yourself for 24 bucks. But yeah, he goes over the pros and cons and all the different ones, and pretty interesting channel. Oh, the Radicode 103. Here we go. This one, I believe, is the one that does internal data logging. It's more sensitive to one range than the other. I can't remember right off. But yeah, you can basically leave this thing running in your pocket and look at the logs later, which is pretty cool. Kind of expensive. But yeah, anyways, speaking of radioactivity, Radioactive Drew is the way to go. E-paper portion is only useful for touch. Oh yeah, I was talking about the micro from BBC. Lithium batteries, Arduino Uno. Apple and Cherry. I'm just trying to get pear going this year. Oh man, fruit trees are nice, but they are so messy. I've always said trees are slobs. Apple and pear trees, you got to keep after that and clean up the mess unless you want bees. That's how you get bees. But yeah, fruit trees are sweet. Walmart shrimp. Let's see here. Never buy Walmart meat and seafood. Why not? I personally wear hearing aids due to childhood injury. They automatically cut loud noises. I'm going to suggest that they also make shooting headphones. Yeah, so I think Robin tried out the AirPod Pro things for a while, and then they got lost or something. But yeah, Robin, you got to replace your headset that you had that quit working on you. Oh, my favorite, actually. I should just leave the browser open. 3M Peltor. There's one specific model of the 3M Peltors. Here we go. The Peltor Sport Tactical 100s. These are nice and low profile. And oh, here you can see on this guy's head. They don't stick out like the regular ones. They're really cool. They do some directional stuff, like you can still tell where sounds are coming from. And there's a straight knob on the back of it that you can turn to adjust the volume. Super basic, no Bluetooth or anything crazy like that. They do have an auxiliary input, but this is probably my favorite like shooting headset, as it were, for just using in general. I used to use these in noisy restaurants and all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know if they're available overseas, but let me get you an Amazon associate link for that. But also for their intended purpose, they're my favorite ones. The audio quality is good. They run on 2 AAA batteries, last a long time. Not complicated, pretty durable. And the main thing is they don't stick out from your head this far, like a lot of the cheaper ones do that they sell at Cabela's and whatnot. Actually, hang on a second. Let me grab the other alternatives that I got. I was down in California playing power soccer once, and I wound up breaking my headphones. So we had to run to Richard's Sporting Goods and buy another set. And all they had were the Walker's Razor. They make 2 versions of this. One version has Bluetooth. I don't recommend that. But these are also a pretty simple interface. You just turn them on and off by pressing this, and then this knob rotates up and down. So these work pretty well. You just hit the button, and then you can just reach up and adjust your volume like that. These are also nice and low profile, but these are a lot more readily available. The build quality is not as nice, though. I mean, they're decent, but those 3M Peltors, you could wear them all day. These are not nearly as comfortable. But yeah, ever since I got the AirPod Pros 2, I just use those now, and they work pretty good. All right, sure, the right microphone's turned on. Uranium spelunking. Bad batteries. I need a wheelchair mounted Geiger counter. Chair is programmed to find good analog sounds. $24 is about my price range, but it seems like something you get what you pay for. Yeah. It said bang, I jumped. The knob looks slippery. On the... I'm not sure where my 3M ones are right now. This has little ridges on it, so it turns easily. But the 3M ones, it's sort of a rubberized knob, so it turns real easily. The startle reflex kicked in with that post. Wait, did I make a loud noise? Sorry. Yeah, like I said, these are okay. I like the algorithm a lot better on those 3M ones that I linked. Did I link those? I think I did. Yeah. It's a lot nicer on your ears. And they don't look like a shooting headset. You know, it's like I said, it just kind of looks like headphones. They do say 3M on them, but like I said, these are my favorite ones that exist. Oh, and the response time on them is insanely fast too. Yeah. These ones seem a little bit slow occasionally, and they hurt my head. I just got new tips for my AirPod Pros. Finally, they're still in for hours. Nice. Hey, Linda, how we doing? Yeah, we started about 20 minutes late today. I got stuck in traffic. Hang on, I got to put this stuff away. I know I've got a bunch of stuff to clean up after the stream, but we got to put the battery back right there, which I have a little cage mounted for that. And the battery charger's right here. Got to put these back. I lose these headphones super easily. And when I need them, I need them, so they have to go exactly back where they belong. There we go. Oh, speaking of air quotes, old tech. One thing I grabbed when I was at the shop the other day. Remember back in the day when it was kind of faux pas on a construction site? You can't be listening to music or anything like that. You got to get work done. This is a DeWalt battery charger. See, you put your battery in there and you charge it. But it just so happens to have a radio attached to it. This was my kind of product. Like, this was originally made to kind of stick it to the man. But yeah, it's the battery charger. It just also has a radio built in. I found this at Goodwill a while back. Yeah, it's got a neat little cord reel on the bottom, so you can wrap up your cord and everything. This is one of those products that I see and I can't not buy it. But yeah, pretty cool. Okay, I gotta go put this down now. Actually, I'm gonna grab something that's not coffee to drink while I'm out here. Oh. So yes, the neurodivergent minds, I think, are kind of prone to collecting stuff. Certain products tickle your brain in a certain way, and yeah. What do we have here? Ooh. Bubbly. Bubbly. Sparkling water. Brought to you by Lime. Un momento while I guzzle some of this. Are those headphones for noise reduction or music? Ah, mixtures. I can use the proper term. They're audio compressors. That's all they are. The idea is when you're somewhere with things that make a lot of noise, it immediately cuts out the audio or compresses it. But the cool thing is they react so fast that you can immediately, well, you can hear up to before the loud noise and immediately after. But they're good for me in situations where there's a lot of background noise, like restaurants and stuff. Those 3M ones, the microphones are on the front. So kind of where your head pointing is where you're listening. And they're not noise canceling. You can actually turn them up and have superhuman hearing, but they kind of also filter out sort of some of the background noise depending on how you set them up. You used to be able to buy a set of those and send them in to 3M and have them write a custom audio profile to them. They unfortunately don't do that anymore. That was super handy, but right out of the box, they work pretty good. Not coffee? Are you okay? Yeah, I just felt like I wanted something clear to drink for a minute. That's a badass radio. Does it run off battery that it charges? Yes. So you stick the battery in the back of it. You plug it into the wall. Charges the battery. You can listen to the radio. You trip on that cord and rip it out of the wall. Music keeps going, and it immediately starts playing off of the DeWalt battery that's built in. That's actually what I use it for, mostly, is just a portable radio. Has an aux input, and also has AA batteries for the clock and the memory presets in it. Has a pretty good tuner in it, too. Dan was replaced with an ADHD clone. I know, right? Oh. This would depend on the size of your head. They do press on your head pretty hard. But the original ones I had, I was able to kind of bend the spring steel in them a little bit, so they don't smash your head nearly as hard. Ah, Sony Sports, yes. I've got a single speaker Sony Sports cassette player. I saw that in the shop the other day. I've also got somewhere their dual speaker boombox where you can take the handle off the top and then screw it onto the end if you want. I think that showed up in a previous live stream years ago. Yeah, I like collecting analog stuff like that. But yeah, right out of the box, those headphones do smash your head pretty good. You got to tweak them a little bit. I highly dislike hip-hop centric sound and jacked up mid and bass. I require flat and accurate to hear what I'm doing. Yeah. That's why it's so hard for me to find speakers that I use when I'm video editing. Because they all try to adjust everything. I don't know about neurodivergent. I'm just happy being normal most days. Amen to that, yes. I miss listening to cordless phones with my Bearcat scanner. That one's 2.4 gigahertz. It also uses the DECT5. So you probably won't be able to hear it. You can use a repeater with it, though. But I won't say that I heard about people years ago driving around trying to find cordless phones to listen to. Back in the 433 megahertz days or whatever they were transmitting on. With the old Radio Shack handheld. I think I still have that. Yeah, the Trunk Tracker 2, I think it was. No, Trunk Tracker was Bearcat. Here it is. The Pro 92. Hang on. It was... where'd it go? Yeah, this is the one here. Yeah, that's it. Dual trunking. I still have this around somewhere. This is one of the early ones, though, that went up into the 900 megahertz range, I believe. Had a backlight and everything. Put NiCads or NIMH batteries in there. Since we're talking about a bunch of random stuff, this is going to be like Big Clive. Everyone's supposed to drink every time I leave the room. One other thing I've been playing with recently, which turned out to be kind of a letdown. Sort of, but also not. I have to grab two things. Every time I go to the shop or the storage unit, I just find more stuff. And I take some stuff back with me and then bring other things and find more things. So, Whistler TRX1. If you know, you know. It's an SDR scanner, basically. Can listen to multiple frequencies simultaneously. Does decoding and all that stuff. Has a micro SD card in, records everything. Like, this and that one Uniden that I can't remember the model of would probably be a slight upgrade from this, but really cool thing, right? So, around here, most everything has gone to encrypted. So you can't really listen to much anymore. And then I was reminded that this thing called the Home Patrol 2 exists and is capable of decrypting things. Kind of. As it turns out, not really. So, while this is a very cool device, it cannot do anything extra that this can't do. Does have a nice large... Actually, I'm not going to point it towards the camera while I turn it on. But it does have a nice large color touchscreen on it, which is cool. But this stock antenna is somehow worse than this one. But it does weather alerts and all kinds of stuff. Whatever. I probably wouldn't have bought this had I known its limitations. They kind of oversold it as to what it can actually do. But for a desktop scanning device, these are pretty nice. Oh, they decode paging. That's one thing these can do that the TRX1 doesn't do as well. It'll decode paging tones and automatically record, which is kind of handy. But anyways, not that I'm a nerd for anything remotely radio related. Something else made its way up onto the wall recently. See that black thing up there next to the TV antenna? That is a little box that has two RTL SDRs inside of it, which may or may not have been connected to this thing, which is running... is that going to show? That's OpenWebRX Plus. Cool thing with this Raspberry Pi case is you can get these little extra cartridges for SSDs. Then you just swap them in here. So I've got a bunch of different stuff running, and I just throw a different cartridge in there. OpenWebRX Plus is pretty cool as far as RTL SDR stuff goes. Sorry, this has turned into a nerd stream. I try to... Oh, we have a red light. I try to avoid letting myself get bored. So there's always a bunch of random projects. Anyways, looking at chat. I should probably plug this thing in. Was it even working just now? Yeah, it's still working. Where's my cable? Do we even have a cable? Hang on. Hopefully my favorite A to C cable works on this. There we go. Wait, there. I think that means it's charging. Yeah. Okay, good. Charging. All right. Forgot to charge that after last week's stream, apparently. All right. I'm way back in chat here. The only thing normal here is the channel title says Mixtress. Yes. My clone wasn't able to have my brain uploaded to it. Walking would be a close second. I know, right? I saw someone have... How did... intercom? Oh, one cool thing you can do with the AirPods Pros, or any AirPods, you can leave them in your ear and you can set your phone to microphone mode, leave it in a room, and then leave the room, and you can still hear what's going on in that room. I forget what they call that. It's some function in the control center, but you can spy on people that way. I don't mind bass, but I don't play music loud because I'm at high risk for hearing loss. I wear earplugs whenever I know I'm going somewhere that would be noisy. Yep. That's why I carry those AirPods around. They're a lot easier to manage than the giant headset was. My idea of a portable tape recorder used to be a Revox A77 open reel. Ooh, hang on. Oh. Was it in this one? The older... Oh, yeah. It might be sacrilegious. It might just be really terrible. This thing didn't survive one of the moves. But what I'm about to do is connect my iPhone up to this what I'm about is connect my iPhone to this reel-to-reel recorder so I can copy some music onto the tape. I don't know if this has ever been done before. I'm sure it has, but let's see. Hopefully it doesn't cause a problem. Okay, we got it. I may have screwed up earlier, and now... Anyways, I prefer reel-to-reel recorders as well. Let's see here. A preponderance of bass, perhaps. Yes. Bass must be clean, undistorted. Yeah, non-ported bass for the win. I'm super picky on audio comfort. Ooh, rum and coke. We have to put up with enough indignities being in a chair. Tendency is to push back on little things that are intolerable. Other people may find it picky, but I have to have some wins. Yeah, for sure. Hannibal Quad. Yeah, RIP Noah satellites. Was it Noah 15 and one other one went away? Hey, Chris, I see your test. Favorite soundbars? Oh, God. You said audiophile and soundbar in the same sentence. I haven't scrolled down in chat. We'll see what the responses are. I used to be a nerd until it became a geek. The Harman curve. Yes. I was actually just watching a video talking about that last night. Storm the nearest Noda station. Uh-oh. Haven't heard enough soundbars to know him well. Is Crutchfield still around? Ah, yes, Crutchfield. Compromises. Honestly, sometimes it's nice just to complain about stupid, insignificant things. Like, you have so many other things to deal with in life. You know, being a wheelchair user. Sometimes it's nice to just complain that, like, I don't know, that they forgot to put the cutout tabs in the box of bubbly so you can open the corner of it. They just, like, stopped doing that for a while. I'm angry! Come on! That was a real thing, by the way. That's an old video and a different look. I know, right? Yeah, this was in, let's see. 2017? Wait, hang on. How do I... There we go, more. Oh, 2018.
Very clearly works. Out in the street, I was able to measure cars just...
As soon as that thing heats up, we'll get... Ooh, the pin clock.
Okay, I think we're good.
We have 12 hours of video of that. Just search for 12 hours of pin clock on YouTube and you'll find that thing. Interesting shirt. Yeah, Linda, that was sort of a social contract joke. It just said narcissist. I made that years ago. And then some of the letters wore off and it looked like it was saying something different, so I had to stop wearing it. Oh yeah, we added micro USB. This is before USB-C, but we added micro USB-C charging to this thing. What is this? Running around on trails. Oh, the Hot Wheels radar gun. Yes. Let's see here. Bart Simpson. Sweet. Oh, and there's the Christmas tree. That's the one that flew on the drone a long time ago. What am I asking Jeeves about?
Only need to consider...
Wait, Ask Jeeves was still a thing? Kind of.
Aww. No more Jeeves. Now this guy on YouTube's getting it to work. Watch this.
You remember 8-track tape players? Yes, I have a console stereo. Maybe I sold it. I can't remember. But I have one that records 8-track tapes, or did at one point. Passive radiator 60 hertz bump. Oh, by the way, my therapist thought that shirt that said narcissist was interesting. I can't remember what she said, though. She corrected me and said it should have been a different word. Something about past tense, possessive adjectives or nouns or something. I can't remember exactly. I'm using my stereo pair of HomePods as my speakers. They sound great in my bedroom. Yeah, so what sounds crazy is... Can I reach any of these things? What I use for listening to music, it started in the bus. Sounds really weird, but... Here, I'll grab it to show you. I'll grab one of them. I think this was in a live stream and or maybe a video at some point. These things are like 10 pounds, but the Google Home Max. I bought 4 of these on eBay. They are heavy. They have surprisingly good audio quality. They do that thing where they have microphones inside and automatically tune themselves. There's not a lot of documentation about it, but the way these work after you reset them is you have to play music for 1 to 3 hours after you set them up at a moderate volume, and they will automatically tune themselves to the environment. They do work as a Google Smart Speaker. I don't use that, though. I leave the little switch on the back off constantly so the microphones are not on. But I have one of these in every room of the apartment. I originally had them in the bus because I wanted to rock out in there. But you set them up in a speaker group. I have one in this closet, one in the living room right there, one in the kitchen, one in my bedroom. And it allows me to play really high fidelity music. We can nitpick about that, but high fidelity music at a low volume, but I can hear it everywhere in here. Like I said, it sounds crazy, but these things have really good audio quality that's very balanced. And they do have EQ adjustments that you can do in the app as well. But here in the apartment, it works great because I want to listen to good music, but I can't play it loudly. So if it's coming from everywhere in the apartment, that kind of makes up for the lack of volume. Chaos vlog. I know, right? We're slowly descending into chaos. Yeah, I found these on... Dude, the box was so heavy. Some guy on eBay was selling them. I think he wanted like $220 each for them or something. And I was like, if I buy all 4 of those, can I just pay you $120 each? And he was like, sure. I ended with this giant box of these things. Work great in the bus, though. Let's see here. Do we still have anyone watching? There's like 50 people watching. I need a Craig PowerPlay 8-track. Oh, yes. Hang on. We got to look that up. All right. See you later, Dee Dee. Digital signal processing for the win. Yeah. So they stopped making these, but they nailed the DSP on this. Like, I tell people, like, they sound good, and they don't believe me. But, like, I'm telling you, as a person that's picky about sound quality, and, well, I'm obviously streaming my own music from my own stuff in here, so, like, Spotify and all that. The sound quality is a little weird, but reminds me about something else about Spotify. Just a minute. Plug that back into power. By the way, to get the speaker groups to work and sync properly with those things, I had to give them their own dedicated 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. Nothing else is on that network. And most consumer routers can't provide enough bandwidth to make them work properly. So they're a little picky in that range. Okay, so you're Spotify, right? You put music from artists and sell people a streaming service, right? Well, what's your biggest expense? Paying for content, paying the artists. Enter AI music. It has started appearing fairly mainstreamly now on Spotify. Oh, the thing's booting up. It's going to tell me the microphone's off. By the way, the microphone's off. Slide the switch on the back of your Google Home. I'm never sliding the switch. They've started creating AI playlists for people to listen to and presenting them in your feed. I think as far as AI goes, the music industry is screwed. I don't know, everyone's talking about everyone losing their jobs and everything, but as far as music goes, I think it's over. It's, yeah, anyways, random thoughts. Okay, Craig. Oh, yes. Power play. So they made a few versions of these. My stepdad had a 64 Cadillac at one point, and there was actually a record player in the glove box. I'm sure there's a bunch of different versions of these. Craig and Pioneer. Yeah, so this style here I remember seeing in a car when I was wee younger. Nice. I use my own music server. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm hosting Navidrome here, which has a subsonic API, which works with a bunch of different apps. And that covers everything for me. Oops. No, go away, menu. This menu comes up and I can't get rid of it. There we go. Great speakers at every volume. Yeah, the key is after you reset those is to leave them playing constantly for like 1 to 3 hours. Then they tune themselves to the environment and then they really sound good. When you turn up the volume, it dynamically reduces the bass so they don't get distorted and stuff too. I rock 2 older Daewoo's with powered subs. Nice. I do that with my 2 pair of HomePods. How do the HomePods sound? Are they pretty decent? Like, I've seen those things and I've been tempted, but like, I don't know. They work pretty good, Jessica? They sync perfectly? Nice. Live music is still the best. Traveling into Phoenix in the summer, 72, in a 69 Nova with 103 temps at midnight, listening to John Denver on an 8-track. Yes. Got to see a free Blues Traveler concert last month. Nice. Wait, Blues Traveler. Are they doing the casino circuits yet? Can confirm that the hook does bring you back, and it was even better live. Yep. Oh, man. Is there anything we haven't talked about today? What's Arby's selling? Does Arby's have anything new and interesting? No. We have the meats. Jamocha shake. Potato pass? The punch card for potatoes? What? 50% off and free home delivery. 99-cent shake. Free sandwich has entered the chat. Why are we looking at Arby's? See, if their food looked anything like this, come on. That's like straight up lying. Potato cakes are back. Wait, was there potato cakes? Wait, was that a bowl of mac and cheese? Arby's new. Arby's News? Sure. Can you please give us a tour of your self-hosting equipment, everything you're running? You'd nerd out on that. So, I do have a video of that. A lot of stuff has changed since then. But I will give you a link to that. Un momento. Or should we just play it now during the stream and I can comment about it? No, I'll just give you a link to it. It's technically a member video, but like these things only, it's had like 59 views. So usually if there's a member video that's interesting, I'll just give someone a link to it. Because isn't really that much traffic on them anyways, and I feel like people are missing out. So here's a link to that. That's probably 3 months ago, maybe, or something. But yeah, a lot of stuff has changed since then, but that's sort of a basic setup there. Let's see. My music server will need to have petabytes of storage. Yeah. Yeah, the 2 main things I'm running is Proxmox, and I recently discovered Unraid. I kind of talk about it in that video I just linked to. Unraid seemed really weird to me at first, but what I wound up doing was moving a lot of my stuff that's like production over to Proxmox, and I just don't mess with it. The Unraid server, however, I'm constantly screwing around with stuff, and it goes online and offline constantly as I'm doing things. So what I've been doing is basically playing around with stuff on Unraid, and then figuring out what I like, what I don't, and then deploying it in a more permanent fashion on Proxmox or some other hardware that I have laying around. Currently have 1 main machine with Proxmox, and then a 3-node cluster running on a stack of folding dumpsters. That's hosting the phone system and some other mission critical stuff with high availability and all that. I think it's just the caps. It's fine. People get excited. I get excited about stuff. I've been getting excited this entire stream about random things that I see in the room. What was it? It's like Randy Newman just singing about whatever he sees. Was that I think that was Family Guy. I best go to bed. It's 1:55 a.m. All right, see you later, Tim's Tech World. Thanks for hanging out. Rum and Coke. Oh yeah, I think the caps or what is going on. Yeah, no worries. MP3s are smaller than you would expect. Perfect. Nah, man, it's all about the FLAC files and AACs. An entire album needs to take up like 1.2 gigs or something. I will show you here though. Let me see if this will work. Oh, it's, and what's the, oh, so, oh, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna say, what if my VPS crashed? Having trouble accessing anything from the outside. So here's an example of, oops, as I'm trying not to dox everyone. Here's an example of Navidrome. It does. Oh, I realize what's going on just now. We're doing massive amounts of data transfers currently, and we're streaming. I bet the network is probably close to its limits at the moment. Normally this is lightning fast, but anyways, Navidrome has its own web UI built in, but the Subsonic API on the back end, see, I was going to try and give you guys a link to one of the base playlists, but yeah, I think the server is really doing a bunch of stuff right now with all the drives. But anyways, you can get any app that's Subsonic compatible for your phone, cross-platform, and you can get a lot more features and stuff. This isn't really organized. My approach for Plex and stuff like that is I only download stuff that I would want to watch. I think a lot of people just collect everything, and you know, whatever, if you want to watch it, there it is. If not, it just sits on your drive. But with music, I'm just the opposite. I collect everything possible because I want to be able to type in any random song and have it be in here. So there isn't really a way to collect music in that fashion and have it sorted into albums and everything. So what I do is typically just create playlists and then play with those. And then the other Subsonic apps have their own way of kind of doing smart playlists and stuff like that. But for example, let's see here. Like, here's one. Oh, wait. Where is it? Inflation Station. So I can, am I logged in from the outside? I am. So I can share this. Here's a playlist. I probably shouldn't do this right now because how much network activity and server load is currently happening. But in theory, if I give you all a link to this, you can pull that up and play it. Let me launch this in a new private window so I'm not logged in. And the way it works is you go to this. Oh, private windows won't show in OBS. Interesting. Probably a good thing. Yeah, I can't do incognito tabs. All right, let's do it in a tab you can see. Normally this, like I said, this is all instantaneous, but there's a crap load of stuff going on the network currently. So our loading times are not good. But this is playing right off my equipment. And if you hit this button down here, this pulls up the playlist. And now you can play pretty much any song. I'm probably going to regret posting that link in a live stream. Yeah. There's a lot of load on that server right now. Hang on. Let me check and see what's happening. Also pull up. I logged into Unify on this. Oh, no. Hang on. Nerd stuff. I am not logged in. I'll do it anyways. Hang on. Gotta do the 2FA here. this, and then yes, 2FA is enabled for local access. There we go. I was wondering if I should have done this before the stream started or not, but actually the network's doing fine. See here. Okay. Yeah, there's not. Yeah, as far as throughput is, we're doing pretty good. That was Wi-Fi. Okay, well, maybe it's just the server being slow then because of all the transfers going on. Like, hang on here. We can check and see. What's our CPU doing? Oh, yeah, the ZFS cache has got a lot of stuff in RAM right now. Anyways, I've been screwing around with this trying to get everything sorted out, so that link may not work super well. It normally does work almost instantaneously, but yeah, stuff's going on in the background. Anyways, back to chat. Oh boy. I use Navidrum to stream outside the network, but use LMS. Is that the Lyran? Oh god. The Lyran music server? Hang on. Anybody know what this is? Is this a bad time to be downloading Dan's entire music library? I didn't allow you to download it. All you can do is listen to it. Like I said, there's a lot of congestion right now. That server needs a restart badly. I had to destroy one of the ZFS pools earlier today, and it's currently resyncing. I think it finished syncing, but I'm copying a lot of data back onto it, so it's busy at the moment. I own over 10,000. Holy crap, Kent. That's a lot of 45s. Nice. 25, a lot of racing Super 4000. Then a flash memory digital recorder. Sweet. Speakers over 30 years old. Oh, I have a pair of custom built 3-way floor speakers, 2 reverse horns that are 3 feet tall. Ah, nice. That's awesome, Ray. Plex amp for music. I'm all about that FLAC. No compression. I put new speakers face to face, reverse the wires on one speaker, and they play white noise and pink noise for 20 hours. Short people? Wait, what? Hang on here. Hang on, I missed a bunch of stuff here. Oh, the AirPod or HomePods. They sound good to me. I've been extremely satisfied with them. I have a mini in my bathroom that I mostly use for audiobooks. All right, cool. Good to hear, Jessica. I thought they might sound good. I don't know. Probably not something I'll wind up buying because I already got the Google ones. Most brand new speakers take time to burn in moving components. My speakers are flat and relaxed. Let's see. Have the extra cars in the USA. Only car is insanely good audio. Yeah, I'm not sure what that brand is, Robin. Here. Scored off Facebook Marketplace for $300. Nice, Chris. Oh, was a teenager selling it and his grandparents gave... Oh, geez. Yeah, see, that's the thing. If you're listening through hearing aids, that kind of limits the audio quality a little bit. Is this a bad time to be... Oh, man, downloading music library. Then I got a lot of speakers. One thing I sell, folks, is audio bookshelf. Yes, for the win. By the way, if you're on iPhone, good luck getting into the beta. I wound up buying an app called Shelf Player, and it integrates perfectly with Audio Bookshelf on the iPhone. I think it's like $5, but if there was an app that wasn't in the App Store beta, this is what it would be. Oh, I have to log in apparently now, but it updated itself. But yeah, Audio Bookshelf is awesome. I didn't know about Arby's until I just read it on Dad's screen. I really wonder how long before most fast food places go total AI. Robotic ordering, yes. Yeah, that's an impressive library of records. Vinyl. Nice load time, plays instantly, logo spins like a record. Yes, the squeeze box. I have the remote, and I have one of the other ones, too. You may have noticed a video that someone published about that a while back. And I caught the video 20 minutes after it came out. I had been eyeballing these because I used to have one. I've got the single speaker, like, desk version of it in the other room. That's what this controls. I'd been eyeballing them, and I didn't realize that the community had come up with replacements for the firmware and software for these things. And I caught that video 20 minutes after it came out, and that particular YouTuber, when she makes a video, kind of affects market prices. So I went on eBay, bought this one and the desktop stereo. I got them for like $20 each, got them delivered. And then not too long after that, the prices skyrocketed. Okay, so you use Shelf Player too. Awesome. I started self-playing them years ago. I don't have them all on the server, but I'm having fun. I love not having to use Audible's crappy app. Yeah, all podcast apps make me angry. So I just made my own, or, self-hosted my own. I didn't make it, obviously, but my favorite Star Castle song is Lady of the Lake. Remember the Happy Days intro with the 45 jukebox? I never watched that show. Hey there, I have a Permobil C500. Sit in the stand. Do you want it? Works, needs batteries. Eric, is it a C500? How old is it is the question. Oh, is the seat back on it, is it metal or plastic? I'm basically trying to figure out if it's 2G or 3G seating. If it's 3G, yeah, I might be interested in it. Would it be possible to put car speakers in Logitech speakers? Not sure what you mean, Robin. Yeah, I may have to replace the screen on this, though, eventually. The brightness is turned up all the way, and you can barely see it, but it's got the little rotatey dial and everything. I mostly use this for listening to local radio stations. This thing controls that other radio in the other room, but yeah. Shelf Player was updated yesterday. Okay, so that's why I have to log in again. I've been in the test flight for the official app. You don't like it. Okay, good to know. Someone that already knows what Shelf Player is and doesn't like the Audio Bookshelf beta, I'm good. I have a bookmark set, or a reminder set for me to check the Audio Bookshelf beta about every 45 days. But good to know that you don't like it as much. I'll not worry about it then. Remember the Happy Days jukebox, the Seaberg? Yes, Seaberg. See, what people don't understand, I have such a weird, eclectic knowledge of certain things. I worked for a company repairing jukeboxes and vending machines for a while, and pinballs. Everyone always thinks, oh, jukebox. It's all about the Wurlitzers. They were kind of crappy jukeboxes. Seaberg, Rockola, those are the ones you want. Anyways. Bought the bill, jukebox, 4573, replaced it with an unworn copy 20 years ago. That's the thing about 45s, is they're kind of consumables. You can only play them so many times. They weren't really designed to last forever, and using them in a jukebox really wears them out quick. Yeah, anyways. Asus Media Player, Western Digital, custom firmware, streaming my own for over 7 years. Nice. The only thing Shelf Player is missing is tags. Yeah, I don't really mess with the tags much. Also have a pinball machine that reads repair. Uh-oh. Now you're speaking my language. Okay, metal seat back. So we got 3G seating. Yeah, Eric. Can you... I don't know if you're on Twitter or X or whatever it's called. There's links in the description of this stream to send me a DM on Twitter. If you're not on there, there's a contact form you can use too. But yeah, I might potentially be interested in the C500 if it's got 3G seating. Yeah, use a contact form. There's links in the video description. Twitter's better, but if you're not on there, that's fine. You can use a contact form as well. I repaired jukeboxes once upon a time as occasional technician. Yeah, AMI. Yep. Seabergs. Yeah, we didn't really do the Wurlitzers much because most of our stuff was inside local businesses, and those things just didn't hold up very well. Burgerville, if you're familiar with that chain out here in the Northwest, really wanted Wurlitzers. So we provided them with some of those, but they were almost disposable. How fast they would break and how unrepairable they are. They almost reminded me, not exactly, but kind of like the late or early 2000s Chrysler minivans where everything's plastic and like replacing the taillight bulbs, things just break and you can't really fix it. They weren't that bad, but yeah, anyways. Can I find a picture? Speaking of self-hosting, let me pull up image here real quick and see if I can find that one jukebox that I had. Let's see here. There's our IP. I think this should work. Problem I have right now is I wound up installing image on my Synology NOS. I've got it all set up the way I like it, and I need to move it over to Proxmox, but I'm not looking forward to that process. But anyways, jukebox. Let's see if it can find it. Which pinball is it, Eric? I'm curious. Like the, the brand, or, it's like, they have different themes. Hey, Dan, I will swap you a T-Deck Pro for a Meshtastic video. Wait, you have a T-Deck Pro? The one with the e-paper? Wait, is this the one? Do I have a picture of it? No, that's not the one. That's a random jukebox. Did I not have a photo of it? Oh, there it is. Found it. Yes. Boom. I found this Rockola at Goodwill for like $105. Yeah, anyways. I wound up selling it, but it had maybe it was maybe half full of records, but at the time I had a bunch of 45s as well. So when was this picture taken? 2008. Yeah, so I wound up loading it up with a bunch of 45s and selling it. I think I sold it for like $900 or something like that. Just had to clean it up and fix a few little things, replace some bulbs and whatnot. But it had the little animated lights here and stuff on it. But I came across that at Goodwill and I was like, I don't know what to do. Anyways. Under hard service, more repair friendly. Love the Seabergs for sound and reliability. Yep. Incentive. Yes. Okay. What kind of points would you like the Meshtastic video to have in it? Are we talking like basic setup or review of assorted hardware? What kind of things are we looking for in a video like that? I will certainly make a video for a T-Deck Pro. We'll move it up the list, we'll say. Yeah, I'm running image in the container manager on Synology, and I would prefer to not have to rebuild the database and all the face tagging and everything. I know it's not hard to do, like moving from one Docker instance to another. And here comes the lazy complaining, but then you have to like go through and like make sure all the paths are correct for the mounts and blah blah blah. I don't know. I might do it eventually, but the only problem right now is the Synology's only got, it's like a 4-core J something processor in it and only 10 gigs of RAM. So it does work, but the first time you load it, it takes about 30 seconds for it to like figure out what's going on in life. I miss my C300, says Linda. Yes. C for careful. C300 is 4 wheels. Yes. Oh wait. 4 wheels needs work. Basic setup, firmware. Okay. Firmware stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's I think I have information to impart for that. Oh yeah, the Caution 300. So the unofficial story with the Permobil C300. So we have like the C500 chairs, which are, well, the new like F3s and whatnot are basically a remake of the old C500s. They went back to their roots. Everything's like 1/4-inch steel and actually has a frame and all that. But the unofficial story, from what I've heard, maybe it's right or not, I don't know. Insurance companies wanted something cheaper and lighter weight. So the C300 was born. It has galvanized press brake bent sheet metal for the frame, and they stuck their 3G seating on it. So pretty lightweight. I think the seating is heavier. Well, yeah, I can lift the frame of a C300 like with one hand. Doesn't weigh much, but yeah, it's all stamped galvanized steel riveted together. Not really super long lasting, but it's a lightweight compact chair, and you know, gets the job done. The what's, the where's, the whys. I'm a newbie. Okay, cool. So a lot of things change constantly with Meshtastic, and a lot of the information is straight up incorrect now. As far as, like, for example, when you buy this thing and power it up, it will instantly start broadcasting your location to the mesh. So there's ways to keep that from happening. And I can go over stuff like that. Yeah, basically culminate a bunch of, because right now a lot of the information's out there, but you got to find the right videos, and it's a whole thing. So yeah, I can do that for sure. I was wanting to do it. So anyways, I hate beat mixing 45s. All right, let's see here. Migration. Talk about a setup comment. Oh gosh, come on, guys. Learned something right there. It's flashing next to me right now, same device. By the way, just in general, apropos of nothing, from where I'm at, which I swear has to be more than 7 hops away, I regularly pick up messages on the mesh from Salem, which kind of breaks my brain a little bit. I don't know how that's happening, but yeah, anyways. Yes, the C300 was built at Medicare price point. Exactly. We want something cheaper, lighter weight, needs to last 5 years. And honestly, like, for me, well, I weighed a lot more back then, but when I first got a C300 from a dumpster, I think I got it from a dumpster. Anyways, I built it up and got batteries in there. I wore the thing out in like a year and a half. So yeah, they're not, especially if, you know, for a bigger person, they're not like the most robust. Robust. They're not the most robust chairs ever made. C300 was built at Medicare price point. Yeah, exactly. Have I eaten any food today? Is the question. I'm not sure that I have. What's anyone having for dinner? Gosh, the last 2 streams have been so incredibly random. As per usual, embrace the chaos. Why is this thing warm? Because it was sitting on my lap. Wait a minute. That almost looks like a BL5C. I mean, I know it's not, but anyways. Something. I feel like there was something I said I was going to look up when I came back to the computer earlier. Oh, by the way, I did manage to get Proxmox running on the Raspberry Pi. And then I neglected to realize, I'm thinking, okay, it was pretty stable. Got it all up and everything. Running on Bookworm Debian for ARM. I was like, all right, cool. I understand I can only emulate or run ARM-based ARM-based software on it. Everyone neglected to mention, though, there is no way to get video output in a console on that thing. Like, okay, I'm sure it's possible. I went to run some ARM-based stuff, like, what's it called? Brain Engage. What's that thing that the Mango routers run? The software. I can't think of the name of it. Open something. I can't think of the name of it, but I tried to run that, which runs on a potato with like 8 megabytes of flash. Nope, couldn't work. Couldn't access the console, couldn't do anything. So yeah. If you think you want to put Proxmox on a Raspberry Pi and use it as a little portable self-hosting thing, look somewhere else. The open, not DDWRT, but yeah, whatever that thing is, Kent. OpenWRT, yes. Wouldn't work. And that was my main thing, as I was like, okay, I can have a little cool thing. Because I want to be able to plug in an LTE USB modem and blast out a Wi-Fi network and do all that. And then also have Portainer running in the background for a few random little things. Like if I'm traveling at a hotel or whatever. Completely pointless. Most of the repos are gone now on GitHub to even make that project work. So anyways, for the small percentage of people that watch this channel and the even smaller percentage of people that self-host stuff, and the fraction of that smaller group that would even consider running Proxmox on a Raspberry Pi, keep walking. Yeah, DDW, or OpenWRT, sorry, yeah, that was it. Anyways. Wait, what did you order? Oh, burrito. DoorDash burrito. There's a burrito with a bite taken out of it. If I was a DoorDash driver, I would make some stickers that look like a bite taken out of it, and I would just stick it on the food. Wait, you have Arby's, Ken? Oh gosh, what did you get? I'm usually 3 or 4 songs ahead of everyone else in mixing. Well, I mean, you gotta be. Let's see. Yes, I did the fish sticks. Last week we ended the stream. I found the exact Gorton's beer battered fish sticks. I can never say that now because of South Park. Yeah, I went and bought 2 bags of them. Consumed the first bag, well, half the first bag that night. The rest of it the next morning. And then the next day I polished up the last bag. Yeah, it was glorious. All right, see you later, Frank. Actually, we should probably wrap this up. I gotta go get some food anyways, so. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting, but that's usually the case. Last call for something I said I was gonna do on stream and I haven't remembered. I'm gonna drink some more bubbly real quick. Yeah, okay. Wait, was it Arby's? No, it was Wendy's. We got the fish sandwich from Wendy's delivered. Or was it Arby's? I don't remember. I might be, yeah, Kanye West, exactly. Might be convinced to be able to try a fish sandwich from Arby's. I don't know if I should do that though. Go put the white paper tea deck on the gift list. Oh, okay. Please hold. Is it in one of our mini tabs? Yeah, we got to make sure we select the correct one here. Okay, so the PCM 5102A is the one with audio, I believe. I always reference their website because it tells the difference between the two. Where did it go? Oh, come on. New e-paper. No. Why do I have such a hard time navigating websites? I feel like I shouldn't have to go to Google to find something on a company's website. But I have to. Okay. Right down here, they have a little box. The PCM 5102A. Yeah, is the voice one. Oh, wait. No. I had that wrong. Audio. Driven bass. Well, oh, yeah. So it is the PCM 5102. Okay, cool. With the mesh attached firmware, I think they charge $3 for that. Yeah, sure. I don't want to compile it myself. So, okay, cool. Let me get that on here. Copy. Paste this into a browser you can't see. Paste and go. Ooh, only 9 left in stock. Add to gift list. There we go. Okay, it is on the gift list. Let me sort it so it's at the top. You may have to refresh if you've already got it open. Amazon keeps making changes to the way their gift list works, and it keeps breaking all the links. Okay, it should be on there now. Excellent. Yeah, thank you. I will gladly make a video about all that in trade. Why is it called a dark joke when you can't see it in the dark? If I had the giant meme folder on this computer, I would definitely put that up. Wait, do we have that on here? Oh, we didn't do an ad break. I don't care. I'm not going to do an ad break. Oh, you're getting one for you too. All right, cool. All right, well, we're going to call that a stream. Let's find some closing music. And, yeah, we'll say goodbye to whatever all this was. Ultra Slime? Oh, God. Sorry. Boy, that was loud. Let's do this. All right, cool. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Oh, almost forgot. Probably the next video is going to be me showing how to disconnect the LTE modem on ResMed breathing machines, like CPAPs, BiPAPs, and all that stuff. I'll explain it in the video, but that's going to be the next video because reasons. I discovered interesting things that are stupid, and I'll explain why in the video as well. Not something I recommend doing on your daily machine necessarily, but I feel like it's something the world needs to know because they can remotely brick those things, and I don't want that happening on my old machine. So anyways, I'll see you in that video. Have a good night. Whoa, I almost knocked over my buble. Oh, hey, it's Catman with a fish sandwich. Let's do whatever. Yeah, we need another random person. Here we go, a guy watering plants. See ya! Okay, this song is kind of annoying. There we go. Trees are slobs.